Welcome back, recording people, as we get into the second scenario for today, scenario 93, still playing at +3 difficulty. All right, so let's take a look at the map tiles that we need. Oh no, oh no, mistakes were made. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, I gotta let it load all the way. Well, I can do the other things in the meantime, because I'm sure a couple of these tiles, yeah, were ones that were used in the last scenario. All right. So what else do we need? Well, we need Lurkers, Frost Demons, and Living Spirits. So we can grab that stuff. We've got Frost Demons. This will be the first time we face Lurkers here. Living Spirits. I'm going to put them in the wrong order, actually. There we go. And Lurkers. Okay. Wait, are we still... Hold on. Is this +3? Wait a second. Did we do the wrong... Was that only +2 difficulty? What, am I doing math wrong here? I think I am, right? It should have been like this. Oh, no. I think we did do it wrong. So what, it's 433, so 10 divided by 3 gives us 3.3 repeating 3. Yeah, it was only +2. Ah, son of a bitch. No wonder it was so easy. For some reason, I was just thinking that 4 was the breakpoint, so like we'd done 4 last time. Ah, maybe when we did it the other time, it was, yeah, God, I'm an idiot. No, it was because we were all still level 2. We didn't have anyone at level 3 yet. Or was that it? No, we were at 3. I guess it must have been we were on 5 before. Oh well. Here we'll really deal. Yeah, it was actually this before, because this is what the living spirits look like. Ah, darn it. Ah, that's frustrating. Well, that explains why it was so easy. We're only playing on +2. That's a shame. That is a shame. Would have made it certainly more exciting then. Oh well. Alright, so what else do we need? We need a treasure. We need, man, so much stuff. Jeez. All right, a couple barrels. Let's fix all this stuff. Put this here. Put this here. And put this here. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's get the mountains of stuff we need. And then we've got 2 thorns. Those are in the first room. I see those, so I'll just place those quickly. Mountain of water. I can place a bunch of that to begin with as well. Where are you? Here we go. So here the negative scenario effect is all characters start with immobilize, which is funny. So in the end, we have some regret with the Mindthief, although not really, because, I mean, we can likely have others, but being immobilized on the first turn with the Mindthief isn't typically a bad thing, because we often end up using Hostile Takeover plus Perverse Edge. So, and I think, the Diviner ignores, the Cragheart does not yet ignore. Cragheart has not gotten that many perks yet, so, I mean, I'm not sure how much it matters for any of them here. We don't typically want to advance on these enemies. So 2 crystals, 6 rock columns. Okay. And that's that. Now we just need to place all the doors and everything. All right. It's right here. Yep. Okay. And just this one then. And here we go. All right. So we have 2 regular lurkers and 1 elite lurker. 15 health, 2 shield, 2 target, pierce 3. Whew. Yeah, that's a lot of stats. There's a lot of stuff going on that bad boy. Hard to deal damage to, and hits hard too. Attacks for 5 on 2 target. More than half of our health on 2 of our characters, and more than a third on 1. Yeah, all right. This is what we live for. So we still need to do. No, there's no road event here, so we don't do a road event. We've already done our city event. We just need to grab our battle goals then. Maybe we'll get a doable one on the diviner this time. Be nice. All right. Number of times equal to. So we have to use our items 5 total times. All right. Well, we got the easiest one. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Technically 6 even here. Sure. As opposed to be the first to kill an enemy. So professional is is one that I also don't like actually, because it's just either way too easy or impossible. I don't think that it's ever like most of the time it's uninteresting. Open a room or kill 5 or more monsters. Yeah, we can open a room. Have to try to remember, but there are 3 doors. Yeah, should be pretty easy to get one of them on the Cragheart. Kill 1 or more elite monsters, or be it 2 or less HP at the end. Well, killing 1 or more elite seems pretty easy. There's already at least 1 elite in this first room. Okay. Do we want Avalanche here for the beginning? Doesn't really help that much. Should we make a bet again that you won't make it to the final door? I think we'll make it to the final door. I do wonder what our odds are for beating this scenario still. I mean, it's still a lot of the enemy types that are difficult for us. Once again, Living Spirits, Frost Demons, and Lurkers actually aren't much better, just because the being at Shield 2 on the Elite. I would say we have around a 60% chance to win. Maybe even lower than that. With how bad our luck was for the first scenario today, if we have similar luck, maybe much lower than that. So yeah, the question remains now if we should have Avalanche for the beginning. Because we could place some obstacles which make it harder for them to reach us by blocking off like the easy movement. Also, the Diviner definitely needs another move 4, so we have to cut something for this. Honestly, this top, or sorry, where is it? Yeah, this card is going to just be bad here. The top doesn't deal damage meaningfully. There aren't that many enemies. God. Ugh, the worst level 3. Maybe just peer into battle then? Is that the card we cut? Yeah, it's probably peer into battle, I think. And we just need other cards for initiative. Yep, there we go. So then for us, do we bring Avalanche? Is the only real question. What will we cut? Dirt Tornado, maybe? Dirt Tornado is actually going to be really bad here. Only good against Frost Demons. There will be a few Frost Demons, not even that many. I mean, no, I guess that's not true. We have the Piercing Bow, so we can actually use Dirt Tornado plus Piercing Bow on Living Spirits at some point. And that's not bad. I don't think we want Avalanche that badly. All right. So it's just the Cragheart who's going to start off immobilized. What else are we doing otherwise? Nothing very exciting. Avalanche does seem decent here. I mean, how decent actually is it? They have 3 movement. So, for example, if we start like, let's say here, place obstacle here and here, still makes it to us. So instead, start here, place obstacle here and here. This stops this one from making it to us, I guess. Unless it gets +1 movement. No, even with +1 movement, it doesn't make it to us. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's not so great. It doesn't like do a lot, and we're giving up our top action for that. It's like bad CC. No, I don't think that's what we want to do. So the Mindthief needs to be, I mean, on a corner is good, on an edge, so we can like kind of wrap on them. Something like this, maybe. Because then we can immobilize this one and stun this one. Actually, it's better to do it the other way around, right? Because the immobilize is an attack for 2, so we'd rather do that here, and then stun this one, because that's an attack for 1, so it doesn't matter. Because otherwise we attack for 2 into 2 shield and 1 into 1 shield. It's better to attack for 2 into 1 shield and 1 into 2 shield. Because then we have like greater protect. I mean, we get 1 guaranteed damage. Well, not guaranteed. I mean, we normally have 1 attack which gets through, and getting a positive modifier on the 2 is better rather than having to count on getting positive modifiers in either, although we have a high likelihood of getting positive modifiers still. All right, so hostile plus edge. The kind of classic Mindthief opening turn. Would be nice to get this first, but doesn't really work. So we're on 5, so it's actually 4. I guess we would have gotten more money and experience last time, so that would have been nice at least. So sorry, 7, but rounded down, so it's the same. Pushing this into that is not bad. With this, which also creates light, which is not bad either. What for a bottom? Just toss out some curses. It doesn't matter if we go later because it's going to be immobilized. So yeah, we can toss out 2 curses from here. Honestly, getting 2 free curses is good and nice push. Why not? All right, so what is old Cragheart up to? So there's just this one down here. We don't actually want this attacking multiple targets, so it's kind of better if someone's here because then it can't even hit 2 people. We could go here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it can't actually make it to there, so that actually works just being there. So strengthening ourselves isn't bad. Giving ourselves 2 rounds distracting. Strengthen, we really want Rock Slide. Without Rock Slide, we're going to be not very effective on this scenario as the Cragheart. At least against these enemies, we're certainly not. Massive Boulder isn't good yet. It's better to let them clump up first. Not even sure that they will clump up. Massive Boulder does create Earth, which will allow us to potentially get them immobilized, which is not bad. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can even immobilize that one next turn. Yeah, so I guess it is still just attack with Massive Boulder, even though the splash doesn't matter. It's just an attack through range 3 that creates Earth. The splash is unlikely. Like, at best case, we're missing out on 1 damage here. Well, maybe 2. All right, hold on 1 second. I do have to turn on the lights. Actually, I can reach them with the headset on. We're missing out on 1, maybe 2 direct damage, which is valuable, but most likely we're missing out on like 1 to 0, to be honest, since it's not super likely that we're gonna get splash damage with the way this like room's laid out and the type of enemies. And the value of getting the Earth sooner is just better. And we're using Blunt Force. Going early is pretty good, so we don't get a disadvantaged attack. That's not bad. On top of that, it's just going to give us Strengthen for 2 rounds, which is nice, and 1 Retaliate against this, which is not nothing. Okay, here we go. They're not even moving. Oh, that hurts. Makes all this stuff suck. Now we wish we played the Mind's Weakness. Can we have a do-over? I mean, whatever. They're not moving, it's fine, but yeah, just so wasteful. But it doesn't make sense to do anything else. Like, we can move up and attack this one since it's going to get pushed, but that's not better. It's still just an attack 2 because we don't have Mind's Weakness up yet. All right, so whatever. We gain 2 experience. We create ice. We're making the attack 2 immobilize here and the attack 1 stun here. I mean, I guess we could just default this and get it back with an endurance potion. It might actually be worth it. Then we have to endurance potion twice if we want to gain an extra turn here. Oh, we forgot to choose a card to lose. Oh, dear God. I think we were considering losing Scurry. I think it is going to be Scurry. It's not very good here. Enemies have too much health. All right. But do we have enough? Oh, yeah, because we just got to move 5. So, yes, we have easily enough movement. All right. So is it worth getting this back? Because it's always worth attacking with this, I would say. Also creates ice. Well, that doesn't matter too much because getting the Mind's Weakness up. Yeah, I guess, honestly, getting this... Oh, but we don't really want to move is the problem. But I guess then next turn we can just do this bottom plus set up the Mind's Weakness. That's okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, we could just double default here, since this one is going to get pushed. No, I mean, we'll have plenty of opportunities, I think, to do a default action. All right, so where do we want to go then, since we can move with this? It'd be nice if we could be next to one of them, but it doesn't work because they actually do attack if we're next to them. We can move next to this one because it's getting pushed away, but then we're still not next to it, so it doesn't change much. I think we'll just stay where we are. So in the end, we gain 1 less experience. And we're going to... Do we even need Perverse Edge? Is it that important here? Can we not just deal with them with our Disarm Rifts and like immobilizing and stuff? I wonder. I mean, it's going to take us a long time to kill at the same time. Yeah, we should probably get this back. The first room is going to be the hardest room, usually for our party, since we can fight more easily through the doors. So Endurance Potion to get that back. Default move. I guess we'll move to here. I don't think there's really a downside to it. Maybe there is. It makes it easier for this one to come hit both of us. All right, sure. We'll just stay where we are. From here, we can reach them kind of anyway. And we'll do our mobilizing attack targeting number 4. So an attack to immobilize, +1, so 3, it has 1 shield, so it takes 2 damage down to 9. Okay, so then we're up on McCragekins. Cragekins is immobilized, so we're going to use the bottom of Blunt Force, gain 1 experience, strengthen ourselves for 2 rounds. Then we're going to use Massive Boulder. We're definitely attacking the lower shield ones. Better to kill the other 2 off, and then we can try to chain CC this one with our single target crowd control. Attack 3 on something with 2 shields just feels way too bad. So attack 3 on Lurker number 1 with Massive Boulder, which creates Earth. And we have advantage thanks to Brute Force. Okay. So 4 is 3 actual damage, putting it down to 8. Okay. Then we go on the Diviner. But this one's, I guess we immobilize this one. We thought we would have to immobilize this one because it wasn't going to, this one was the one wasn't going to move, this one was going to move. But now actually we can immobilize this one, so that actually works. Okay, so the Diviner goes. We're going to do an attack 3, range 2, push 1, targeting the Elite. No reason to use any items just yet. All right, so be it. So we do 1 damage, and then the Thorns do 3, so 4 total damage. Again, we're focusing on these, but being able to get the Thorn damage on the Elite is so valuable, and just really makes sense here. Okay, and that creates light, and then we do the bottom thing, which creates dark, and is curse, range 3, target 2, so that one and that one. Never hurts. All right, Lurkers go, do nothing. So we're going to immobilize one of them, because we don't do much else that's really effective here. And we're honestly just going to play this. We're going to end up endurance pushing this anyway, but being able to go, like, this is the earliest we can possibly go, and hopefully, it should, I think they have, maybe Lurkers can one time go before this. I'm not even sure on that one they attack, though, but this is the best chance we have at going before the Lurkers and preventing them from running up on us. All right, So what do we want to do? God, Diviner is so strong. I love this class. I mean, the initiative is a little bit of a problem here, but I think overall this is quite good. So what we can actually do, now it's a shame because the bottom of Void Snare can actually immobilize both of these, which is equally effective, but the nice thing about not immobilizing them is we let the Mindthief run up to 1, which is actually a good thing. So instead what we can do is we can place our Disarm Rift here, place the other Rift here, pull this one through the Thorns, which does 3 damage, and disarms it here. It'll only be disarmed for 1 turn, but I don't think it's living that long anyway. And then this one will be disarmed for 2 turns. This one will be immobilized. This is just great. Like, this is just amazing. The fact that this is going to be disarmed for next turn as well means we just long time before I have to worry about it. Of course, the downside is 21 initiative, but again, we can go down to 11, so the boost of speed aren't so bad. And I think this is better than just, like, again, being able to use the bottom to double immobilize. We don't really do anything that much more effective with the top right now. Like, shielding, none of these things actually really do anything. And we can teleport one of them into the Thorns, but again, we're pulling one into the Thorns anyway. I mean, I guess we could teleport the Elite into the Thorns, but we can do that later as well. Okay, so in this case, like I said, the Mindthief actually does get to run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't accidentally leave a card. So we're going to use Empathetic Assault to give ourselves Strengthen to get that going, and we're going to set up the Mind's Weakness. Here, I don't think damage matters so much to us, so... Alright, so they go to 11. They're using our ice. That's annoying, actually. That's a lot of shield. So they can go before, huh? So we're gonna get wounded if we move on up to him, huh? Huh. We should have actually gone later. Not that, I mean, but. So we won't have Empathetic Assault anymore, so the wound is kind of annoying. But the Diner also doesn't have the heal. Cragheart does have the heal, and honestly, he's not doing a whole lot here. So I think I'd rather take the opportunity to do like an attack 3 with advantage before it gets extra shield and worry about the wound later. I think it's worth it. So yeah, we're gonna use the bottom Empathetic Assault. It's just unfortunate that we did use Empathetic Assault here, but strengthening ourselves. I'm not familiar at all with Lurker actions because they're such an uncommon enemy. So we move there with Empathetic Assault. We're strengthened, and we use the Mind's Weakness, which becomes active. So we make an attack 3 with advantage, targeting the Lurker. Okay. So 4, so 3, down to 6. So then the Lurkers go. Going to be impenetrable. So the Elite has 4 shield, the others have 3 shield. Oh, it's not moving into... Oh, that's annoying. This is actually really annoying. This is actually really annoying. So I guess we're going to just probably default this. Anywho, Lurkers go. They've got 1,000,000 shield now. And they wound all adjacent enemies, which means the Mindthief cops a wound. Okay. So then it's the Cragheart's turn. We're not actually in range to heal the Mindthief. All right. So we're going to use the top of Earth and Clod, gaining 1 experience, making an attack 2, range 5, immobilize. So should we immobilize this one now? The Elite? Even attacking here with advantage, we're making an attack 2 into something with 3 shield. Yeah, I think immobilizing the Elite is just more valuable. It's just the most threatening thing, so I'd rather immobilize it. They don't do ranged attack, so. All right, so here goes our attack on the Elite. Yeah, wouldn't have done damage to the regular anyway, so this was the better target. And then we've got the bottom of Unstable Upheaval's default move 2, which we are going to Endurance Potion back. Where do we want to go to? I guess we're going to pull this one through here, so then we can push it back. So yeah, let's just go, 1, 2, like so, with our default move on the bottom of Unstable Upheaval. Then we go on the Diviner. So we're going to use the bottom of Revitalizing Fount in the end to create a rift here and pull this to there, which puts this down to 3. Oh, we don't want this anymore. And then we're going to just use, well, actually, is it worth attacking? Because if we put it here, we actually get to attack it. But attacking doesn't really do anything. I mean, I guess it gives us a chance to draw a healing modifier. That's not bad. Because we're going to default this anyway. And the Cragheart should kill it before it goes. I mean, this looks like a recipe for disaster, but I think this is okay. Sure. Yeah, so let's actually put the Rift there. I guess this Rift is worse later as the Disarm Rift, but I don't think this Rift is doing anything anyway. All right, so we'll make our default attack 2. Then with the top of the Disarm Rift card. All right, whatever. So because we defaulted this, we're going to use an Endurance Potion and get it back. We want to do this again because we have an odd hand size, and this is also a really good card for us. Okay, so the Cragheart is going to... Oops, we did Endurance Potion this. Is going to use Heaving Swing here, pretty clearly. Heaving Swing as an attack 3 on this, only needs to do 1 damage, and then we push into... No, actually, no, the Thorns kill it no matter what. So this is a guaranteed kill at 13 initiative, which seems pretty good. So the Mindthief is going to run down here and presumably attack one of the... attack, I guess, probably the Elite. We definitely want to go as late as possible here. Pushing can be interesting, because if this one runs up to here, then... No. Well, we could use Boots. No, but the pushing... Yeah, it doesn't actually work. Better to save the pushing, I think. So we'll actually just do late as possible. And what do we want to attack with? Well, there is this pushing attack then. Because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, use Boots 5, then we can push this one into this, actually. Otherwise, we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and push this into this. Yeah, either way, the pushing attack I think is pretty good here. Since we don't have the ice yet anyway. And then next turn, if we're next to one, yeah, we can like do some stunning or some invising and things like this. This works. Looks pretty good. All right, so what is the Diviner up to then? Don't have any elements. Shielding really sucks here. We actually, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have brought Protective Aura here. It is another nice initiative, though. I think having 2 good initiatives is pretty important, but this top action is just so bad. I mean, I guess it's not always bad. It will be good, decent at least against living spirits. So we don't necessarily want to teleport one into another place, because if we teleport this into here, We can't push this one in. Yeah, I mean, both these thorns are going to be occupied, so it's not really the teleporty turn. That could be at some point, but not yet. What about immobilizing both of them? Hopefully after they go. I wish I had one of my late initiatives here. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't really want to use this one because it doesn't fit with the immobilizing. So then maybe I don't do this and I just do this as a late. And then what do I do on bottom? I don't actually have anything that does anything on bottom except for the immobilizing. So it really does make sense to use the immobilizing. Man, yeah, I'm missing Peer into Battle specifically right now. I wish I had that. I guess just this and hope that this is late enough. Pretty crappy here. Just like a single curse for a top, but we don't have anything else better, and our teammates are doing good stuff anyway. Well, we're not going after them, and the immobilize does nothing, but oh well. So first up is the Cragheart. So we're going to use the top of Heaving Swing as an attack 3 push 1. We will be pushing, targeting the regular Lurker there. Kind of not so necessary, but so be it. So open the door, kill a number of elite, or kill one elite, and the number of times we use items, actually. We get one of these already. All right, so this just dies here. And then we've got the bottom of Unstable Upheaval as a default move too. I mean, let's be honest, we will... No, we won't, because... Oh no, it's not going to get... Ooh. This is actually annoying in the end, what they've done here. We're not going to be able to... Oh no, the Mindthief goes after. So the Mindthief will have to use boots, go here and push this one into there. Yeah, so there will... But it'll go there after its turn. So this is fine, actually. Yeah, so we'll grab the coin. Okay, so then it is the Diviner's turn. So immobilizing does absolutely nothing except giving us 1 experience, so I think I'd rather just get 1 curse. So we'll use the top of Call of the Nether and attack the elite. So it's like this, unfortunately, until we have that enhancement. So we just make 1 attack, no damage, that's fine, but we give them a curse. Okay, Lurkers go. And then it's our turn on the Mindthief. So we're going to use the bottom of move 4 Chump, plus use our Boots of Striding for a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take 1 damage from our wound while we're at it. Going to use the top of Fearsome Blade, gaining 1 experience. So we get an attack 4, push 3. We will be using the push with advantage. Okay, so our 4 is 5. This is 2 shield, so it's 3 damage plus 3 damage from the thorns, so 6 total damage, putting it down to 5. Lose this. All right, so this plus this, I'll explain in a second, plus this, yes. All right, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to teleport, so we're going to move with the Diviner, we're going to teleport this Lurker into these thorns here. This will deal 3 damage to it, so put it down to 2, and then the Mindthief will attack it for 4, which should kill it. Again, we have already drawn the -1, yeah, so unless we miss. And then the Mindthief can use the stun and Perverse Edge to stun this one. So we need the Mindthief to go after the Diviner, so the Diviner can relocate the elite. And so the Diviner needs to go as early as possible, but this works perfectly because we just need an attack 4 here, and we can actually default this back, again, since this will give us an extra turn now, since we used Endurance Charge already once. So Old Cragheart doesn't have a ton to do here. We could do a ranged attack, just like an attack 3 range 3 on this, or we can heal the Mindthief now, so the Mindthief doesn't take more damage. But Mindthief is probably likely to long rest, so taking a little bit of damage doesn't matter now. I think it's better to just attack sooner. And as for a bottom, I guess this is okay. I mean, this does cause us to lose the possibility of doing the heal 4, but we don't actually have much healing needed, really basically at all. And in case... No, the Mindthief can't get a -1. No, so that changes nothing, actually. Because there's no way this will ever have 1 health left. This will have 2 health left or be dead. So now that actually doesn't change anything. I guess I can just use this. Gives me a bit of movement. I need to move 2 to hit this. Yeah, Don't actually need that much movement then, so I guess I'd rather play something else. But I'd like to have the healing. Those are bigger movements, and I mean, there's more likelihood that I use this than use this here. So sure, let's just go with this. All right. 61. Well, anyway, the Diviner's first. We're going to use the Bottom of Clairvoyance as a default move 2. We're just going to move to here. We don't need to go any further than that. We just need to get within range 2 of the Thorns. Then we're going to use the top of Otherworldly Journey. Force one enemy within range 3 to teleport to any unoccupied hex within 2 hexes of you. So you go from there to there, and you go down to 2, because the Thorns do 3 damage. These Thorns have been invaluable. Then it's the Mindthief's turn. So the Mindthief is going to begin by using Silent Scream. This is just in case we can always stun the elite if we need to. So we're going to use the top of Silent Scream as default attack 4. So we take 1 damage from our wound, targeting the elite. All right, whatever. I mean, it's better than a miss. We reshuffle anyway, so it doesn't change too much. And that gives us our battle goal. And then we have the bottom of First Edge. We gain 1 experience. Oh, no, and we use an Endurance Potion charge. Do we want to? Yeah, because then we can synchronize our long rest with the Cragheart. I think that works. Yeah, so we'll use Endurance Potion charge here to gain 1 extra turn, getting this back since we use this as a default attack. And then we use Purest Edge. We already gained the experience. Create Ice, and we do an attack 1, range 3 stun with disadvantage here, which is fine. All right. So 1 is 2. It has 1 shield, so it takes 1 damage. Down to 7. And it's stunned. I'm not going to... I guess I will, whatever, because the Cragheart goes next. All right. Then the Cragheart's up, so the Cragheart's going to use the bottom backup ammo as a move 3. 1, 2. I guess I'll go here because there's a chance I pick up the coin or something. Who knows? We still got our Boots of Striding and plenty of movement. So, and then we're going to use the top of Crater as an attack 3, range 3, targeting the Lurker. Okay, so 4 is 1 shield, so it takes 3. Down to 4. Lurker goes, loses its stun. All right, and that's the end of the round. Plus we've got these cards, which is basically experience. Us, it's this, always, and what on bottom? This is a lot of movement. This initiative sucks, though. Because really, I would like actually the loot action on top and then a lot of movement. To go 1, 2, like loot after they're dead, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually perfect. But 29 initiative kind of sucks. If we... This also gives me 1 free experience here this turn. No, never mind, because I'm consuming the ice there. What is it that you're fighting? Giant crabs? Yeah, we're fighting lurkers. Giant crab-like things. Or giant mushroom hens, depending on how you look at them. This is a little bit greedy, but I think this is okay. I mean, whatever. It gets an attack, it gets an attack. We've got plenty of healing. Speaking of, so we're basically doing a heal action and moving. I guess we'll use this, save this for next turn in case the Lurker gets, its nonsense off. So we'll use this turn. Same time, this way we lose the dark, or the earth, but we're gonna long rest anyway. And I guess we'll use the smaller movement here. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're safe. So Diviner's up first. Would we rather have... No, we can't actually. I was going to say we'd rather have dark or light. We'd rather have dark. I call them upgraded skeletons. Yeah, that's kind of fair. We would rather have dark, but we actually don't want to dimensional transfer anyone. So we can't actually. So we'll just use the top of Protective Aura, create light, gain 1 experience, and use dimensional transfer to teleport for 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Okay, then it is the Mindthief's turn. So we're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming ice. The attack should kill, but this is just in case it doesn't, gaining 1 experience. So we make an attack 5 stun. We also take 1 damage from our wound again. Okay, so 5 is 4 because of 1 shield, which does indeed kill the Lurker. I actually don't want to move to grab this coin because I'm going to play a loot action next turn. Can the Cragheart grab it to distribute the coins a little more freely or more equally? Do they have multi-attack too? Yes, they do have multi-attack, and they have Pierce. They have a lot of stuff. Target 2, multi-attack. All right, so target 2, Pierce 2 or 3, shield 1 or 2. And they hit pretty hard. The biggest downside is that they don't do ranged attacks, and they don't move much. So, because otherwise I could move... here. So what if the Cragheart goes here? Then next turn he has move 4 plus boots, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And then the Mindthief will have been there, which is okay. Otherwise, the Cragheart can be here. The Cragheart generally is the one who wants to be one closer because the Mindthief has a bit more movement, but I think this is fine. Yeah. In general, it's easier for the Mindthief to pick up coins than the Cragheart. And the Cragheart actually has one more enhancement to do, whereas the Mindthief doesn't have any, so yeah. Makes sense. All right, so in that case, we're going to use the bottom of Silent Scream, simply as a move 3, and go 1, 2, 3, I guess. Why not? Okay. And then the Cragheart goes, creates Earth, does a heal 4, range 2. So 1, 2. Moves our wound, heals the Mindthief, and then we're going to use the bottom Dirt Tornado, and we're just going to move to here and grab this coin. Well, it's relief. Also, you play on a high difficulty, so when you run into them, it shouldn't be so bad. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so the recommended difficulty at the level we would be at would be this, which is significantly different. The regulars have no shield. The elites only have 1 shield. They attack for 2 and 3 rather than 4 and 5. Their healths aren't that much lower, 12, 15 versus 9, 12. And, yeah, it's still a significant difference. Not the most dangerous scaling enemy, although the elites going up to 2 shield is quite annoying. Like, 2 shield is when shield gets really annoying. Shield 1 is kind of okay. Just a minor annoyance, like a fly buzzing, but shield 2 can be really difficult to deal with. Fortunately, we had the thorns here, which is how we did most of it. All right. Long rest there. We should have technically used these last round to go 10 sooner to get another one for professional, but I'm not too afraid. All right. So these 2 cards and these 2 cards. All right. So Mindthief's first. We perform a loot 1. Grabs us this coin. We do a move 5 with Cranium Overload. Don't have boots. This is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the dark is actually interesting because the Diviner will be able to use that next turn. Okay. And then the Cragheart goes. We have no one to heal. We have a move 4 with Explosive Punch plus Boots of Striding, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. And here. What are we getting rid of? This card still seems like it sucks. It always feels bad when you want to lose your highest level card, but I think it is actually our worst card for this scenario. In fact, I'm quite sure it is. This is not great either, but yeah, it's still decent initiative and it can be good later on. I think this card just sucks here. Which sucks. Do I wish that I had the other level 3 card? Yes, I do. I mean, specifically for this scenario. Okay, so we're going to use this top for sure, and then what for a bottom? Maybe just this attack. Something like that. Someone else opens. Oh no, they're long resting this turn, so no one's opening the door. So actually we're just playing a card to throw away. So we want this combo. Yeah, maybe we don't need this right away, actually. I'm not sure how useful this will be immediately, so I think we can probably just get rid of that. Okay, so we go. We use the top of Anticipate Intricacies. We consume Dark, gain 1 experience. And I think, as usual, we'll try to stack the Mindthief's deck. Whew. Oh, good decision. Oh, baby. Whew. Just take a minute and revel in the glory that is the Diviner's deck stacking. Like I said, after you get used to playing with the Diviner in your party, it is so hard to go back. Oh, it's just a quality of life improvement. Yeah, this is really clutch. This was really clutch. So as usual with the Mindthief, we'll probably be putting the crit second, not first. So we got to look at what's likely to happen. All right, let's move this aside. So normally what we do when we enter rooms is we often end up like moving in and using the immobilize, but at the same time being able to move in and just do an attack 8 or 10 isn't bad. I think in general though I would prefer to have this first and this second because it's more likely that I do a small attack the first turn. The problem is if I'm doing a small attack for the first turn, there's a decent chance I'm doing 2 small attacks. But in that case, it doesn't change anything. I can choose the order in which I do them. So it's still just, I think it's always strictly better to put the +2 first. And then these two go on the bottom. The ordering doesn't matter because I'm shuffling my entire deck. But I guess I'll put the +1 first on top just because technically you never know, although you really do. All right, so we're putting crit under +2. Oh, okay, and we have the bottom of Otherworldly Journey, but we're not doing anything with it. No reason to bring it back. All right, refresh this, refresh this. Everyone's at full health. Each time choose a card to lose. Yeah, honestly, Silent Scream, pretty easy choice. We've still got the push on top, which is so much easier to use than that. As for the Crags, I like to keep the healing a bit longer, even though I technically have two. I mean, both are nice. We do tend to take some amount of damage. Maybe that's a justification for getting rid of this, but this is actually decent here as well. I kind of want most of our stuff. Is it possible we don't use backup ammo? No, that's crazy talk, right? Like, we won't use it this room, but I think we'll use it when we go into the last room. Could just be Dirt Tornado. It's like, it kind of comes down to Dirt Tornado versus backup ammo, because if we end up using backup ammo before we go into the last room, we're almost certainly going to use our piercing bow with a 2-target massive boulder off of backup ammo. So if we plan on using that, we should get rid of this. But if we end up like then losing this to a short rest and we lost this, then we're going to feel really bad about having chosen to lose this. We could just get rid of Nature's Lift, which is kind of a safe choice to get rid of, but the healing is really good. And we didn't bring our healing card in the Diviner this time either, the heal regen. Yeah, I think Dirt Tornado's fine to lose. Like, we don't need the movement much, and it's not going to be a good attack in the near future against the enemies we're facing. We're basically just trying to hold on to it for a while. But as far as cards to hold on to for a while, backup ammo is just more powerful. So this is just not a Dirt Tornado scenario. Okay, so what are we up to on the Diviner? Probably just doing like this plus this. Yeah, this in general makes sense. This gives us our early initiative when we want to stun and gives us our full combo. We're most likely going to be like shielding and attacking with the bottom here, but worst case scenario, we can always just like move and attack if we need to, something like that. Lots of options, very flexible. So the Cragheart actually wants to open the door, and honestly, that's fine with me. Blunt Force. It's generally not great to lead with Massive Boulder, but there's a chance that Crater could actually be good in this room. I don't remember if this room, I mean, in fact, I distinctly remember this room doesn't have traps. So in that case, I actually should just, like, I should play based on my knowledge, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's go in and hit him with a Crater then. Because then Massive Boulder is just better to wait with because, all right, let's, again, not look at here, but if you imagine a room like this, so it's a pretty large room and it's quite distended. So the enemies are typically not like the scenario design infrequently is going to have like a large clump of enemies here and then like a clump of enemies here. It can happen, but it's more likely that the enemies are going to be more like spread out randomly throughout the room, which means that Massive Boulder is not going to be very good the turn we enter because it's not going to do much splash damage. So if we're just going to do like move in and do an attack through range 3, it's better to just attack with Crater. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we actually want to go after this then. That's a little bit annoying because, I mean, I guess we could use our Boots of Speed to go at 23. Doesn't feel great. The problem is if we go before, then we're not getting to attack anyone with Duality Shards. And at 29, or at 39, there's a possibility that our shield's just not doing anything. But I guess I don't care that much about the shield. There's also Lurkers here, so it's very possible the shield doesn't do anything anyway. So what is the old Mindthief doing then? Well, we don't need to strengthen ourselves. That's for sure. I don't mind going in with an immobilized. We need to go after the Cragheart who's going at 21. That's an annoying number, huh? I guess we just do these two things then. Just move up, move, jump, and attack push. That does kind of make us wish that we'd taken the crit on top. No, actually, it didn't make sense to take the crit on top anyway, because like a +2 is a good draw for our deck still, like a very good draw. So I'm happy to, if I put the crit on top, then I would have lost the +2. Here I get the +2. And I'm happy to get the +2. I mean, this is still an attack 6. Yeah, this seems fine. It's not optimal, but I think it's reasonable. The problem is if we try to use the immobilize attack, we'd have to use the bottom here, and I really almost always want to use the top of this. It's one of my better top attacks because I need to go after the Cragheart. The Cragheart is making things annoying for us here by insisting that he open this door. We're like, come on, Rock, dude, can't we just open? And he's like, no, Cragheart open. All right, so Blunt Force, gain 1 experience. Moves to here, strengthens himself. Let's see what we're working with in here. That's there. And these. Okay, so we've got regular Lurker, Elite Lurker, and Elite Frost Demon. So Elite Lurkers are annoying, no doubt about that. Let's see what they're all up to. 38. Oh no, our shield. I mean, they have 2 Pierce anyway, so I guess that didn't matter. And yeah, it is actually going to reach. That's a bit annoying. Oh, this is Elite. Sorry. So this should be 20. Okay. And the Mindthief's going in before that, so it's actually going to hit the Mindthief. So how much is the Frost Demon movement? The Frost Demon has 4 movement normally, but 3 movement here, so it's definitely not reaching anyone. 1, 2, 3 to there. Right. Anyway. Oh, we actually don't have range to hit. That's a bit annoying as well. We actually need to use our boots to go further in here. The Diviner is also not going to get to do anything here, in fact. Man, not having boots of striding is the worst. Because it's actually not going to be close enough, right? Because we can only move 2 and then attack at range 2. So move 2, attack at range 2. I guess we go before it, but the issue then is how the Mindthief does her turn. No, it never works. It never really works. I mean, anyway, it's worth definitely using the boots here to attack. So the question is, do we move 1 or 2 more? It doesn't really change much whether we're here, where we go. Yeah. Yep. All right, whatever. We'll just go to there. So then we attack the Lurker with our attack 3 on Crater. We have advantage. If we get a crit, this could be really good. No. So 4, so 3 damage. Down to 8. So even if we had the crit, we wouldn't actually be able to one-shot. So it's kind of okay. All right. So then the Mindthief goes. We should have gone late initiative in the end. Yeah, this is annoying. Oh well. So basically, if we move up and hit this with a Mindthief, then the Diviner hits no one. If we don't move up and hit it with a Mindthief, then the Diviner can hit, but then, I mean, the Mindthief doesn't hit. The Mindthief's attack is obviously better, so it is better to do that. So sure, we're going to do a move 4 jump with feedback loop. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And we're going to use the top of Fearsome Blade, making an attack 4. We get a +2, so 6 is 1 shield, so it takes 5. It's down to 3. Okay, so then Lurker goes, with Lurkers go. They all have 3 movement. 2, 3, and then this one just attacks the Mindthief. Okay, not super threatening, so 4 minus 2 is 2 damage. And then the Diviner goes. Well, we'll gain an experience. So we'll use the bottom of Duality Shards as default move 2, moving to here, and then we shield our allies using the top of Protective Aura and gain 1 experience. Alright, then the Frost Demon goes, has -1 movement, creates ice, which is interesting. So -1, normally 4, so 3. 3 to there. Okay, and that's the end of the round. It's such a waste of a crit, huh? Such a waste. problem that we have right now on the Mindthief is that we don't have our push attack anymore, and we don't. Maybe we just accept that we take 3 retaliate. We go down to 4. We can heal ourselves afterwards with empathetic assault, and the Cragheart has a ton of healing. I mean, or we can heal ourselves preemptively with empathetic assault. Well, I guess we don't actually need to do that. We should probably just, yeah. I think this makes sense. Because attacking this sucks so much. Although at the same time, what I'm thinking about doing on the Cragheart is heaving swing, but I don't actually want to heaving swing this because that opens a path for this Lurker to get through, which is bad. But how does the Cragheart actually get a kill there then otherwise? Not so easily. I mean, we have strengthen. Maybe we just count on getting a +1. Still a lot of zeros in our deck to try to count on a +1. I guess we attack with Massive Boulder. It's not really getting any better anyway, and just use this. Actually, we can just use this. Yeah. Because we don't need to do these 2 things. I mean, they're actually not even going to be very good in this room. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these 2 on the Diviner. And so if this ends up going between, before 38, basically, before the Cragheart kills it, we can just stun it, and then it'll lose its stun and invis, and then the Cragheart will kill it. If it doesn't go before, then I don't know what we'll necessarily do with this. I mean, we can, like, stun and invis this after the Mindthief hits it. Although the Mindthief's stunning it as well, so, I mean, that doesn't really matter. But our other cards don't really do anything anyway, and we're just going to be able to, like, move up and do something, who knows. And, and by using Earth and Clod here, since the Cragheart doesn't really need to move to hit this one, we can actually get 2 healing on the Mindthief, which is nice, since the Mindthief is about to take a bit of Retaliate. So this seems pretty good overall. Okay, so we do actually have to stun it, but that's okay, because that's kind of what we planned around. So first the Mindthief's going to use the bottom of Cranium Overload and move to here. And then we're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, consuming ice, gaining 1 experience, and making an attack 5 stun on the Frost Demon. Our 5 becomes a 10. This is why we wanted to do that so badly. It's just such valuable damage on an enemy that, retaliates, so therefore is difficult to hit normally. To have used our biggest attack of 5 with the crit that we knew was coming. All right, we take 3 retaliate, which is not ideal, but we'll survive. So then the Diviner goes. So we're going to use the bottom of Clairvoyance as a default move 2. If you asked me what the bottom of this card did, I literally couldn't tell you. And then we're going to use the top of Dimensional Transfer, creating Dark, gaining 1 experience, and doing Stun and Invis on Lurker number 2 there. Well, whatever, sure, why not. Okay, so then the Lurkers go. So this one does nothing. Still does create ice, though, because they always create or infuse elements if they act. And while not finding focus and not moving anywhere, it does still act. And this one loses the stun and invis, but does not have the extra shield because it was stunned. All right, so then the Cragheart's up. So we're going to use Massive Boulder, attack 3, range 3. We still have advantage. We still have the Strengthen, targeting number 2 there. Come on. All right, nice. Good, good. Good, good, good. All right, so that one down. And then we use the bottom of Earth and Claw to do a heal 2, range 3 on the Mindthief, putting her up to 6. Frost Demon goes and loses the stun. And that's the end of the round. All right, well, the Diviner is certainly playing these 2 cards, which should be fine here. Like, we're going to get to disarm something. The Mindthief, probably doing a ranged immobilizing attack and healing self, setting up 2 rounds of advantage, which I think is good. I mean, we could invis now, but it's just not necessary because this is the turn we've got the Disarm Rifts coming, so we might as well wait. We could also do some pushing on the... Oh, no, we don't have Creator anymore. Do we want to use Heaving Swing? Probably not yet. So we don't actually have much to do here. Like I said, we have the Earth, but it doesn't really do anything. Not setting up backup ammo or anything like that. So I think we'll just go ahead and heal the little bit of extra life onto the Mindthief and do a bit of moving. I want to keep this. I want to keep this. I don't really care about this. Maybe you want this. Maybe you want this. Yeah. So certainly with this. And going later, because who knows. Maybe they do a ranged attack or something and we somehow take more damage. It's better to get more healing. Oh, sure enough, ranged attack. Ooh, with ice, so that's gonna be range 3. All right, that does change some things. Mindthief's up first. Um, so this is interesting, huh? I mean, we can just disarm this thing for 2 turns, so it doesn't really matter. So do we want to actually just default attack it then instead of attacking with hostile takeover? Because immobilizing it means that we only disarm it for 1 turn rather than 2. Because as of right now, we can place the Void Snare Rift just directly behind it, and since it has a ranged attack, it's going to move back into the Void Snare Rift and disarm itself for 2 rounds. Do I actually care about it being disarmed next round? Is the question. In that case, I would have to attack with hostile takeover on the Lurker, which sucks because it's doing an attack 2 and disarming a 2 shield. Or I can just default attack this and take the retaliate. That's more damage for the Cragheart to heal, but that's kind of okay. Like that's not that big of a deal. Um, hmm. No, actually no. Disarming it for 2 rounds is probably pretty safe. I'm not sure that it can really do anything scary with us going at 8 initiative next round. Oops, this was supposed to be reshuffled. That's the one problem about putting them that way. I think this is still worth. I think it's worth doing. Like I think it's okay if we take a bit of damage. We can probably long rest soon anyway. We've got plenty of healing on the Cragheart. So indeed, let's first use Empathetic Assault. We're gonna move because we want to get strengthened first. Give it a good shuffle for good measure. So we heal for 2, although we're gonna take. Well, no, yeah, we always take 3 retaliate right here because we can't possibly kill it. We don't have the rolling modifiers in our deck yet. So we get. Oh, already got that. So we use the top of Hostile Takeover as a default attack 4 with strengthen, so advantage. Okay, so 6, all good. It's also better for this reason. And then the Diviner goes. So the Diviner is going to use the top of Void Snare to place the Disarm Rift here. And then we're actually going to go get this coin ourselves because we haven't gotten coins yet. So we do a default move to there. It's got to be more fair. Cragheart can't get us 3rd coin. It's 3rd coin. Come on. Come on. So anything that moves into rifts this turn gets disarmed. All right, Frost Demon's up. It has -1 movement, consumes the ice. Actually, doesn't consume the ice because he's not going to attack. Interesting. So this is actually going to do the weird stuff where he's actually going to move into this, get disarmed, and then he's going to move back to here. And he'll be disarmed again next round. Okay, Lurker doesn't move. Craggy's up. Nature's Lift heals the Mindthief for 2. No one else needs any healing. And we're just going to move up a little bit because why not? Using the bottom of backup ammo. All right. So you'll Mindthief. I mean, we should get a kill on it here, so why not? Well, Craggy. So if that dies, which it should, so we still have the 1/-1 in our deck. Oh, but we're strengthened. No, so we would have to be -1 and miss exactly. Yeah, which is extremely improbable. So in that case, maybe we like move up late. This isn't even very late, unfortunately. Man, Cragheart's struggling to go late because if this goes 3 to there, we can't really push it into an obstacle, but we can still attack it and push it away. That doesn't actually do much though. Maybe better to save that for the following turn and just do another heal on the Mindthief. I mean, it still heals the Mindthief for 2, creates Earth. I don't know. Doesn't do much, but I think we will play these cards. And again, the Diviner will long rest while once again not having used any items. Whoops. The Diviner can get away with long rest here because we don't really need the Diviner's help here. We just need damage. And that's not really what the damage or what the Diviner provides. 18, huh? Trying to heal. Well, it's pretty important that we get this kill, I guess, because that's going to be annoying. I guess it's not going to heal because it doesn't have ice. All right, so use the top of Into the Night as a default attack 4, targeting the Frost Demon. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, it's just our luck today, huh? So, yeah, it had to be these 2 exact ones. We had 10 cards in our deck, so we were, I mean, 9 out of 10, then 8 out of 9. And then the opposite of that? Well, I'm actually curious here. That shouldn't be right. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. No, I think I did the math wrong there. Oh well. I guess it can't be 20%. No, there's because no, yeah, because it's not considering that we only need to get not one or the other. Yeah, that was the chance of trying. Yeah, I don't know why I did that wrong though. Yeah, whatever. Not so important at the moment. Yeah, I mean that's really unfortunate because now I mean I guess it's a good thing we did the heal. So we take 3 retaliate and this goes down to 1. And then we have perverse edge bottom. So I guess we're gonna kill it now. This is a disadvantaged attack, but that doesn't actually matter at this point. It's actually not disadvantaged, it's regular. Our deck doesn't have anything lower than a +0 at this point, and this thing has 1 health. So yeah. Yeah, no, the Lurker has -1 movement, it's only 2, so sure. We'll now use the bottom of Perverse Edge, gain 1 experience, create ice, and make an attack 1 targeting the Elite Frost Demon. Neither advantage nor disadvantage. Alright. We're just killing all the elites. Okay, Frost Demon's been eliminated. Then the Cragheart goes. So we're going to do a heal 2, range 4 on the Mindthief. Bring the Mindthief back up to 8. Creating Earth. We've got to move forth, Explosive Punch. This thing moves 1, 2. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Even if we're trying to more fairly distribute these coins, Craggy's grabbing it. Craggy is grabbing it. All right, so we're done there. Lurker goes. Like I said, -1 movement, so 2 to there. And then our long rest. Again, choosing what to lose. This is actually going to be good in the last room now, so I don't want to lose that. Still want to keep most of my movement, I think. Certainly my combo. Maybe the initiative at this point, since we'll still have the 13. Yeah. I mean, Duality Shards isn't that good either. Maybe it is just Duality Shards. Against this, it doesn't really do... It does like 1 damage with our attack. Well, 1 damage is more than no damage. But yeah... Yeah, I think actually it is Duality Shards. I think that's reasonable to lose here. It just doesn't do meaningful damage against most enemies in this scenario. Especially because we now have a pretty good line of... We're going to stun this early. I guess we're not going to move much, which is the downside here. We'll Endurance Potion this back. So we're going to stun this early. Cragheart's going to go after it, hopefully, so that it comes out of its invis stun, and the Mindthief can take a long rest. The Mindthief long resting is nice because we heal 1. It's also the rest cycle where we bring back the Mind's weakness, so it's so much safer if we can long rest, so that we can actually lose something we want to lose. Perfect. Works out perfectly here. All right, so, I mean, the downside of this is that we had to use this for initiative. We could have used this. What we really wanted to do here was teleport, but unfortunately, the 34 initiative just wasn't safe. I guess it could have been 24 initiative, but that's still not even that safe against Lurkers. So we just had the bottom of Clairvoyance, again, as a default move 2. We'll just move. I guess there's not really any reason. We're going to teleport past all this, so we're just going to stay where we are. We're going to Endurance Potion this back, though. It's 2 item use. And then we're going to use the top of Dimensional Transfer, targeting the Elite. So we create Dark and gain 1 experience and stun and invis the Lurker. But I'm not going to place it because the Lurker goes next, loses the stun and invis, and then the Cragheart goes. So the Cragheart's going to use the bottom of Unstable Upheaval as default move 2, and it's going to use the top of Heaving Swing as an attack 3. We will use the push because if we put it here, then afterwards, next turn, we can do the exact same turn and put it into an obstacle. So as an attack 3, on the Lurker with advantage. No, not with advantage, which push, sorry. So 4 gets pushed 1. Better to put it here, I think. Makes it easier for other people to hit it. So 4 is 2 damage. And then we get a long rest on the Mindthief. We will bring back the Mind's weakness and choose a card to lose. This is tough. So we haven't seen any of the traps yet, so we want to keep our push. We need our late initiative for invis combos. This is a great card, great card, great card, great-ish. Could be this. We'll probably want this for the last room, like if we're being honest. Yeah, actually it's probably just hostile takeover at this point. It sucks a little bit to lose hostile takeover because of the, I mean, like we have melee enemies, retaliate enemies, all this nonsense. Actually, hostile takeover may be really good this turn. Cragheart would probably like, yeah, hostile takeover actually is really good here. I just like just Mindthief problems. Mindthief and Diviner kind of like all your cards are good. Maybe we can just count on the Divine. No, but this is also like this is good against Frost Demons. It's good against traps. We know that there are 3 traps left. All right, what are the traps actually? That actually matters a bit. Sorry. Down here, stun and damage. Unfortunately, I know that the last room is mostly living spirits, so the traps aren't that good. There's gonna be like 1 Frost Demon in there. Yeah, then maybe we can just get rid of this. To be honest, we can just count on the Diviner to put the Frost Demon into the traps. It sucks. This is such a good attack though, and it's just free experience. I mean, it's so greedy to try to keep this that long. Honestly, we should probably actually just lose this. It's going to be really good in the last room. I know this, but at the same time, I have to keep it so many more rest cycles. It's pretty insane. All right. Anyway, this is really good here, and we can move and jump past these obstacles. We're going to disarm this. This allows the Cragheart to get a long rest, which is again nice because it refreshes our boots of striding, which is really nice for the Cragheart. So us, we're going to take a look at some decks and do a bit of teleporting ourselves. All right, so we're up first at 9. We're going to gain 1 experience, create ice. We're going to make an attack 2, range 4, immobilize, targeting the elite. Lurker. All right, so we do 1 damage to it. It's piling up the damage now. And then we're going to do a move 4 jump with feedback loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there. Okay, Lurker goes, loses the immobilize, has 1 additional shield. That doesn't really matter, and creates ice. Doesn't matter much either. All right, then the Diviner goes. We're going to consume Dark with the top of Anticipated Intricacies, gain 1 experience, and as usual, mess with the Mindthief stack. All right, that's fine. These 2 on bottom. I think I'd rather the +1s sooner rather than later. We have ice, so we can move up and make a big attack stun. In that case, all right, how do the numbers stack up? So Healing Swing is like 1 + 2, so 3 damage. And then our attacks, yeah, I think just the +1 first is fine. I don't think it changes much either way. I think we end up using both of them on the same target. Okay, and then we have the bottom of Otherworldly Journey as a teleport 4. Where do we want to go? What do we have left to do? This army stuff? Because we can even teleport through here. I think we probably want to be here for now. From here, we can still do a teleport 4 and get next to the door. So I think this is where we want to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. All right. So we get our long rest here. Choose a card to lose. At this point, we can get rid of the less significant heal. Where are you? Nature's Lift. It's kind of how it always goes with Nature's Lift. I mean, it's really not a bad card. Like, I mean, the top action is fine. Happy to have it for a couple rest cycles, and then you get rid of it, and you're happy to have had it. Oh, we don't actually have Mind's Weakness set up. So we got the ice, but no Mind's Weakness. So we actually need to set that up. I forgot about that. So we could stun since he's going to get pushed next to us, but he won't be next to us yet. So we actually need to move and attack him. Us, we don't have much to do other than disarming him, though. So I guess it's going to be this regardless. That's fine, I think. And the Crag, might as well get advantage as soon as possible. And we're definitely attacking with Healing Swing. Where are you? There we go. All right, this works. Let's do it. So we're up first on the Cragheart. No, sorry, on the Mindthief. Yeah, these are the tied ones. Mindthief first. We do a move to heal 2. I think we maybe forgot to get one healing. Although maybe not. We strengthen ourselves. Oh, it didn't actually matter how we put this. Yeah, if we strengthen ourselves. I guess it wasn't necessary to strengthen ourselves, but it gets rid of the +0, which is not bad actually. And we attack with the Mind's Weakness, gain 1 experience for activating it, so we make an attack 3 with advantage, so 4, which does 2 damage. Puts him down to 10. Okay, then it is the Diviner's turn. So for the Diviner, do we actually have to pull him somewhere? Where is he gonna? Yeah, because he's just gonna attack the Mindthief, right? Yeah. So fortunately, we do have to pull him. So we're gonna create first a Disarm Rift here, and then we're gonna place another Rift. I guess 1, 2, 3, like down here, because this could help us later. And then we're gonna pull him into this Rift, and this disarms him. Okay. Then it's the Cragheart's turn, so we're going to do Blunt Force. We move to here, gain 1 experience, and strengthen ourselves. Just running around with strengthen all the time. Being cheesy. And we're going to attack with Heaving Swing. We will be using the push. Being cheesy indeed. So 6 is 4 plus 2 from the rock, so 6 total damage, putting him down to 4. And the rock is gone, and we gain 1 experience for that as well. Experience gain's all right. And the Cragheart. And the Lurker is disarmed, so it does nothing. No ice, so we should probably be stunning. But probably also just want to attack with Frigid Apparition because it's our biggest attack and has a pretty high likelihood of killing. Us, play these cards. Who knows what they do? Guess we'll see. I guess we actually want to go after the Mindthief because there's a possibility we want to shield, but otherwise we can use Clairvoyance top just to gain. I mean, no matter what, the top is just giving us 1 experience, but to create dark so we can do some more deck stacking because deck stacking is nice. So Cragheart still has advantage or strengthen as well. I guess if we're gonna end up having to attack with something, it's probably Crater. And let's just do a big move with like this. By the way, we also have completed our battle goal. We opened a room. All right, here goes. 64, sure. Mindthief's first. We're going to start by attacking with Frigid Apparition, because if this kills, then we can just move with Perverse Edge. Otherwise, if it doesn't kill, we'll stun it with Perverse Edge just to be safe. So we make an attack 5 with Frigid Apparition. We have Strengthen, so it's advantage. Attack 5 advantage. Yep. And that's how you kill a target. Just cheesing them. So 5 is 7, kills this Lurker. Okay. And yeah, we will certainly grab this. Then we'll use our default move 2 on the bottom of Perverse Edge to pick up this coin. Could leave it for the Diviner, but eh. All right, so then it's the Diviner's turn. So we're going to use the bottom Protective Aura. Also couldn't tell you what it does, to do a default move 2. And we're going to use the top of Clairvoyance to do a bunch of nonsense. I can't actually tell you what it does. All right, let's just read it just in case anyone's curious. When any ally within range 2 is attacked this round, consider any positive or 2 times attack modifier card the enemy draws to be a +0 instead, which is pretty mediocre, especially considering our 2 allies have Iron Helms. But it gives us 1 experience and creates dark so that we can do some more anticipation of intricacies next turn. That is meh. Yeah, exactly. What's especially meh about it is consider that these, I mean, this was the point. Now, all right, so this is a bit of future proofing, right? Because theoretically in future Gloomhaven stuff, there might be, foreshadowing, there might be more modifiers in a monster deck than the modifiers that you expect right now. Like monsters might end up getting more interesting modifiers in their deck as ways to increase difficulty and stuff like this, which is an interesting concept. And if that were to happen, this obviously becomes better. But otherwise, just compare these 2 tops. This is shield 2. This is like, so if they get a +1 or a +2, the shield 2 is strictly better. If they get a crit, then this is better. But so basically on 18 out of 20, because on the miss, it's actually exactly the same. So on 18 out of 20, yeah, aura. Well, this is an aura as well, but they're both the same range. So on 18 out of 20 possible modifier flips, this is strictly better than this. Oh, I guess no. On 17 out of 20, it's better. On 2, it's exactly equal, and on 1, it's worse. So, like, this still just isn't comparable. And obviously, if your allies have helmets, then at that point, this is, which in this case they both do, this is just strictly better than this. Again, well, 5 initiative later. Clairvoyance just matters because it's 8 initiative move too. But yeah, this is just so much better than this. I agree, this is pretty meh. Definitely could have had larger range. But here it created dark for us and gave us 1 experience, so we're happy. All right, explosive punch is a move 4. 1, 2, 3. Actually, can't go. We could go further than that if we use our boots of striding. So what's happening next turn? Are we entering the room? That's the question. Probably not. Yeah, we want a setup turn because we want to set up. So actually, what we should do then, because from here it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we're actually going to do a default move 2 to here, using explosive punch as a default action so that we can recover it. We have an odd hand size right now, so we do want to endurance potion something, and this will allow us because we want to set up backup ammo next turn so we can run in guns ablazing with massive boulder. So yeah, I mean, pretty easy one here. I guess the downside is not getting crater back. Sucks a bit, but this way we get to keep the boots of striding. I mean, whatever. Worst case scenario, we short rest 1 turn early. Because the thing is, so what we're going to do is we're going to play like, these 2 cards next turn, and then the turn we go in, we're going to play, like, I don't know, Rumbling Advance, Massive Boulder, or Stable Upheaval, Massive Boulder, whatever. Then the turn after that kind of sucks. We're not going to want to use Earthen Clod to attack in the next room to waste, I mean, like, not waste even, but to use a backup ammo charge because most of the enemies are going to be living spirits, so immobilizing them is not really doing anything, not dealing any damage. There's like 1 melee enemy in the room maybe, and it's not really a threatening one. So, but worst case scenario, we just short rest 1 turn early to get back to Massive Boulder sooner, which is totally worth it when we have that up. So this actually works. This way we don't have to use our boots now or anything. Okay, and Lurker was eliminated, so that's the end of the round. So if we're going to do a setup turn next turn, we should actually short rest on the Diviner. That's fine, I think. So let's do that. We don't want to lose Anticipate Intricacies. That's fine to lose, I think. So Mindthief, I mean, basically just playing our cards to move up. Not doing anything that doesn't matter much. Yeah, so we're setting up backup ammo and using our big move. And the Diviner is anticipating intricacies again. And so we want to keep this combo for sure. Probably want our big move. The shield actually can be good against these enemies. I guess I don't care too much about the big move, to be honest. I can actually just use this for now. Although, no, because this can put an enemy into a trap here, and we know that there are traps. So honestly, we can just get rid of this. 13 initiative should be fine. Okay, so we're up first on the Diviner, actually. So we're going to use the bottom of Clairvoyance as default move 2. Definitely want the Diviner as close as possible. The Mindthief can be 1 back. I think that'll be fine. So we use the bottom of Clairvoyance as default move 2. We use the top of Anticipate Intricacies. We consume Dark, gain 1 experience, and as usual, we'll be stacking the Mindthief's deck. This is the deck that matters most. You'd love to... Oh, God. Again? I mean, it's so good to stack this deck, too, because it's 12 cards. So our odds of seeing a crit or a miss are so high. Oh, it's glorious. All right. So do I want a +1? Yeah, again, kind of for the same reasons. There's a decent chance that I might use an Immobilize attack. At the same time, what are the Living Spirits' healths? So they have 7 effective health on a regular, 10 on elite. This does give us a 1-shot guaranteed on any living spirit we want. I think that's actually just too good to pass up. The +1 is nice, though. No, I mean, +1 is a good modifier for us still. I think it is actually worth taking the +1 and just wait 1 turn to get the 1-shot. So be it. I think that's fine. All right, so we go like this and this. Those 2 go on bottom. It's like a drug. Okay, so then the Mindthief's up. We've got to move 5 with Cranium Overload. Just going to go to here. And then the Cragheart goes, move 4 with Explosive Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Oops. And then we activate backup ammo, giving our next 4 ranged attack actions add target. There we go. Once you go to Diviner, you're hooked. Exactly. Like I said, I didn't have extremely high expectations for this class, and I was I mean, I didn't think it would necessarily be weak, but I wasn't convinced. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, I hadn't really looked into the class too much either. I just seen the class once when Isaac did the like Gloomhaven #1 on Board Game Geek event in Lafayette, and I hadn't really messed with it since then. So I guess I hadn't looked at it too much. But yeah, this class is very nice. It's like it's very nice, but it still feels balanced. It's not like one of the broken classes in the game. Again, just for anyone who's here for the first time, there is all of you. If you ever get a chance, you all need to give Marcel shit because he did something which is unforgivable. So overall, I think this class is very nicely balanced. Like I think it's a strong, powerful class that feels good to play, but doesn't feel like it breaks the game. That being said, there is one thing in this class that breaks the game. This level 6 card, not this, not certainly not this at all, and not necessarily this bottom. It's this enhancement dot right here. Having an effect which targets all enemies at any range, not requiring line of sight, and putting an enhancement dot on it is just silly. I mean, putting curse here is broken. Putting disarm here is like, I mean, obviously this is extremely expensive, but this allows you to enhance a card and to basically break the game with just one card. So yeah, I I really commend Marcel for this class overall. This is the only thing I strongly disagree with on this class. I mean, I haven't played the class at high level yet, so there might be other things I don't like. But having seen this in advance, this enhancement dot is so dumb. So very dumb. So otherwise, I think the class is well balanced and very interesting to play. That enhancement dot is dumb. All right, so we're doing a short rest on the Mindthief. It's much safer here because we have Mind's Weakness up there. Yep, that's actually perfect. That's kind of the card I want to lose the most. All right. So it is go time. It's time to blast some people with some massive boulders, and I guess maybe move in with unstable upheaval. An argument for moving in with maybe like Earth and Clod is that we're gonna short rest, so we'd rather have like both these cards are good to keep. Yep. Oh, that's definitely a more broken enhancement than Cursinado. Much more expensive than Cursinado. So in terms of cost effectiveness, Cursinado might still be more broken, but yeah. All right. So what is the plan then? What are we up to? I think doing this is good, but we need to have someone else enter the room first. So Mindthief actually has to go first. It's okay. We've got our Invis Cape. We don't have the bottom Invis anymore, which is a little bit more iffy, but it's actually not so easy for us to go first either. I guess we don't necessarily need Empathetic Assault bottom in the near future. I can just use this for default attack. Because I really want... Cranium Overload does actually only execute normals now, so maybe that's not so impressive. It's so much better if I can enter with this, I think. I guess I don't need the jump. This is the way we can do it. We can just enter with this. We get one less movement, but I mean, we lose the jump, we have one more movement. That should actually be fine. And the Cragheart gets to enter with Massive Boulder, and we can see if we want to be shielding or if we want to be throwing something into a trap. All right, this works. Let's do it. So Mindthief's up first. We're gonna use the bottom Cranium Overload as a move 5. That's 2. We have 3 more movement, plus our boots if we need to. Everyone has all items ready. Yep. All hands on deck. No pun intended. Didn't even think about that. Oops, a little too fast there. Okay, got the 2 barrels in the center of the room. We've got our traps all over the place, which is nice to see. Every angle. All right, and we've got 4 regular living spirits and 1 regular frost demon. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3. So we would have to use our boots. Well, let's see what they're all up to first before we do that. It is a very valuable trap.
But the Diviner can also potentially put people into valuable traps. Going, yeah, here can teleport into that one. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Right. Depends what they're all going to do. Okay. Okay. So we don't want to take too much damage on the Mindthief. Getting it into Stun Trap also doesn't matter much, right? We still go before. Yeah, honestly, it's this only has 2 movement. Yeah, it has -1 movement, so there's only 2 movement. So it'll actually only go to here. It won't even reach us. We can put it into a trap next turn. I guess we've lost our push here, and we don't have the teleport into a thing. So I guess we'll have to wait 1 more turn. Well, we'll get Crater back. We can even potentially use that. We've got options for sure. I think it definitely makes the most sense to just go to here. The reason we want to be here is because then we are in range for the Diviner to shield us. I think having the Diviner shield us is good. I guess we could still move into the room and have Diviner teleports 4. But if the Mindthief has to go to here, I mean, some things are hitting like the Cragheart. So, well, maybe not. Hold on. Are you creating light? Demon will eat it. Yeah, I will. Demon will eat the light. Which is also fine. I guess I actually want that. That is actually good for me. Kind of. I guess the stun doesn't matter. The next turn I'm just one-shotting. So, in fact, the ice is maybe a little bit bad. All right, hold on. So if the Mindthief is here, the furthest the Diviner can teleport is like, it doesn't really even work. No, it just puts her in front. Hey, King Whipsy. Yeah, it just makes more sense to just go here and attack one of these and let the Diviner shield us. These are all attacking for 3, so 2 actually. So the shield blocks basically all the damage. This is just amazing. It's got to be the line. The Diviner could move in more though, but again, we don't necessarily want to go over there, and we can't run past this trap since we don't have the jump. So yeah, makes sense to go here. All right, so we'll just go there, and then we'll use the top of Fearsome Blade. We gain 1 experience, and we make an attack 4 +1, so 5. Kind of wish we'd taken the crit first, for sure, but this is okay. So this has 3 shields, so it takes 2 damage. Puts it down to 2. Okay, I guess I should have pushed it. It wouldn't really change much, I think, to try to clump them up, but no, I don't think that changes much. All right, so then the Diviner goes. We're going to use the top of Protective Aura. We gain 1 experience. We shield 2 affect allies within range 2. Then we've got the bottom Otherworldly Journey. Teleport to anywhere we want. Don't think we want. If we go, we can go up to here, I guess. It doesn't cost us anything to do that. And makes it a little bit easier maybe to use our Disarm Rifts in next turn, which is probably what we're doing. This one still, yeah, they all still focus the Mindthief. All right, yeah, so we'll just move to there. That's fine. We don't have endurance to get it back or anything like that. Nope. All right, Living Spirits go. So how much range do they have? They have 4 range. So this one moves back 1. The rest all already have range. Yeah, Massive Boulder is not going to be great here. So I'm actually going to want to use it with Piercing Bow at some point, but I need to get Strengthened for that turn. So I'm actually going to short rest, and there are 2 cards that I can't lose, I guess. I guess I can lose Massive Boulder. I can't lose Blood Force, is basically it. What are your thoughts on Mindthief? It's my favorite starting class. It is also my favorite starting class, and it's in my top 5 classes in the game. Maybe even top 3, I'm not sure. It's definitely my favorite starting class. I think the class is awesome. I think it's unfortunate that there are a couple tuning mistakes. Like, for example, why is this an attack 3? This doesn't make any sense. Like, this should be an attack 2. This is so your highest attack. You have an attack 5 at level 1, which is also has stun. Like, this is just way too good. But overall, I think the class is really interesting and really fun. Okay. Anyway, so we've got all the living spirits attacking the Mindthief. Mindthief is gonna get muddled. Ooh. We do have empathetic assault though, so we can actually counteract that. Yeah, because we don't want to lose this crit. Whoo boy, we do not want to lose that crit. Yeah, that muddle could have actually been real painful. So, yep, they all attack from where they are. Attack 2s each time. All right, that's 1 damage. Sure, we're gonna empathetic assault anyway. No damage. No damage. And 1 damage. Well, that was actually pretty good flips for them. Getting a curse on attack 0s and getting 2+1s is actually not bad, but that's okay. All right. Well, Cragheart is up next, so we've got to move 2 with Earth and Clod. It's actually kind of annoying since the Diviner went there. I guess we have our Do you wish they made augments more useful so you use things? Oh yeah, design-wise, I definitely. I mean, so we actually had a. I'm not sure if you saw a rebalance discussion this past Sunday talking about how to rebalance the Mindthief. I think in general the consensus is that it would have been better if Mind's Weakness gave +1 attack. Ah, okay. Let me provide the link quickly. It wasn't our most extensive discussion, unfortunately, because I think it's also just kind of commonly accepted. It's not linked here, unfortunately. We need to update this. It's been a little while. Well, I can just do the search function. Because again, I think if Mind's Weakness gave 1 less attack, things would be much more interesting. You would have actually used other augments, which would be good. Anyway, it was there. You're welcome to take a look. Like I said, it wasn't super extensive, but there were some good ideas. All right. This is annoying because, I mean, do I use Massive Boulder to move? The best thing to hit is this. Because this actually takes damage. The rest don't really take damage. We have to flip positive modifiers. I don't want to use the piercing bow here because I want to get advantage next turn and then use the piercing bow, hitting 2 of them, which basically is kind of like an execute then. That's so much more valuable, I think. So I guess there's an argument for putting myself in a position to do that. I suppose this would be a one that I definitely want to hit. But I don't want to move up too much because then the Frost Demon's hitting me. Yeah, I've kind of derped pretty hard on this turn for the Cragheart. I mean, it's just not worth getting hit by the Frost Demon, even though it doesn't do that much damage. So maybe it is. Maybe it's like we don't care. The Frost Demon hits us, the Frost Demon hits us, so be it. Yeah, I guess that's the approach I'm going to take. I'm just going to do a default move 2 there with the bottom of Earth and Clot, and I'm going to use the top of Massive Boulder, creating Earth. And so I'm going to hit this one and this one, because if I get 1 damage here, then I can just kill both of these, which is the kind of the goal here. Next turn when I use the Piercing Bow. And hitting this one, this is the only one that I do like kind of full damage to. So we'll hit Frost Demon number 1 and Living Spirit number 2 in that order. Okay. Okay, perfect. Nice ordering for once. So our 3 is a 4, which does 1 damage because they have 3 shield, and our 3 here is a 3, down to 8. We gained 1 experience and use a charge of backup ammo. All right, the Frost Demon goes. We have Light and Earth. We did save this on our desktop. All right. I don't need, it doesn't have to be ECO. I can do it myself. Hold on. All right. Oh no, we're playing rules as written here completely. So we actually get to choose. Never mind. So to be clear what that was all about, generally speaking, when playing like my normal campaign, I try to make things difficult for myself by doing like, well, by having logic for the monsters so they consume opposites, stuff like this. But here, since we have to exploit monster movement with the Diviner anyway, which is necessary in order to be able to successfully play the Diviner and use rifts, we're just gonna actually like kind of rules as written all of it. So we actually get to choose which element would I rather have. Neither of these matter really. I guess technically it's more likely I want Earth, but I'm not even sure. So we'll consume the light. We're definitely not using the light for anything. Okay, and it moves to here. It actually, I know it has Pierce 3. Because yeah, we do actually have some shield, but nope, it pierces that. All right, +0. So it was attacking for 4, -1, so 3. That's fine. Again, we even have just a healing potion, so. All right, end of the round. So, what? Short rest. Have to keep Brute Force. Would like to keep Massive Boulder. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Brute Force gives us advantage when attacking. Yeah, Massive Boulder is actually better because it does do 1 splash damage to the Frost Demon right now, so why not? So, Brute Force plus Massive Boulder here. Pretty easy. I wonder, are we being crazy here? I mean, it's too late, we've already short rested, but I'm actually forgetting that there is technically 1 more room, and I believe there's actually an elite living spirit in there. And without the piercing bow, I'm not even sure how I'm going to kill that. But, whatever. You win some, you lose some. Alright, definitely doing these 2 things. So what are we doing? So we can one-shot any of them. We have ice, but we don't really need to use it. Actually, What our initiative sucks then? Oh no, no, we have to play Empathetic Assault. All right, so actually we have a pretty good line here. There we go. So we're actually going to Empathetic Assault, move to here, and then we're going to use the axe and hit both of these. And then the Cragheart can actually just hit like this one and this one. This works. I mean, in that case, we don't need to use Massive Boulder here. We can actually use Crater, because Massive Boulder's not any better because we're not getting a splash, and I don't really care about the Earth, and I actually gain 1 experience by consuming Earth on Crater. All right, here goes. All right, so we're up first on the Mindthief. We're going to, because we have to use Empathetic Assault since we got muddled. So we're going to do a move 2 to here, which heals us for 2, and strengthens us. So strengthen and muddle, which counteract each other. Where do I want the attack 10? I guess on the Frost Demon. It just does kill it. So I'm going to consume ice, gain 1 experience, make an attack 5 stun. I'm going to use the Battle Axe, which is during your single target melee attack action, turn the attack into the following. So we'll do first the Frost Demon, a crit, and then on the Living Spirit, +1, so 5 is 6. I believe that kills as well. Yep, 3 shield, 3 health. Yep, so we got both of them. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And we lose the muddle, but we keep the strengthen. Nice. Okay, so then it's the Diviner's turn. Not so much for putting things into traps, huh? The annoying thing here is, oh, I guess moving them together actually helps with the, yeah, then we can not use our piercing bow. Then we can save our piercing bow. Yeah, that is actually good. Yeah, moving them together, because then we get the backup. Oh, we didn't use backup ammo, we used Crater. Oh no. It's just because we can't really do more than disarm 1 here. Like, there's no way, because they're not going to move to attack in a meaningful way unless the Cragheart uses Boots of Striding. I guess we can use that at this point since we don't have... It doesn't quite work though, huh? So we can, like, for example, do a default move here, place the Disarm Rift here. This will move away into it and get disarmed. Okay? We can place the pulley thing here. The advantage of pulling them together, I guess, is that next turn, Massive Boulder should kill them. I think that's still worth doing. Although, not quite, because it's actually going to... One of them is going to be disarmed, so it's actually going to move up. It's annoying. So it's actually just going to be on top of us then. Yeah, this seems like kind of bad in the end. I guess having the Cragheart move to here is probably just fine. But then we also make a disadvantage attack here, which kind of sucks. So I don't think I want that. Whatever. I guess having one of them move up is also not bad, because then the Mindthief gets a free attack. And the Cragheart can go, like, attack these two. Sure. Alright, so let's do the... We'll create... So technically we have to cop. We can only have 5 max. So we'll create a Disarm Rift here, and we'll create, I guess, another Rift here. Yeah, it's never going to change anything. And then we're going to pull this into there, which disarms it. All right, then the Cragheart goes. We gain 2 experience here because we're going to consume Earth with Crater. 3 experience, actually. Oh, yeah, because we use backup ammo charge as well. We use the bottom of Blunt Force to move to here, which strengthens us. So I think I'm actually going to save the Piercing Bow. In reality, I actually think the Mindthief and the Cragheart, I mean, basically the Mindthief can take care of these well enough that it's worth saving the Piercing Bow because of how valuable that might be in the last room. So we're just going to make attack 3s with Crater, targeting 3 and then 4 with advantage. Okay, so 1 damage there and no damage there. That's okay, now we can kill it with a Rumbling Advance. Okay, so then the Living Spirits go. This one's disarmed. So 3 and 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep, we'll both attack the Cragheart for attack 3s. Got a helm, so 3 damage and 4 damage. All right, take 7 total. All right, this hurts. And Frost Demon's been eliminated. So this dies to Rumbling Advance. This one, it'd be nice if we could Heaving Swing it, but it can't Rumbling Advance and Heaving Swing. I guess we just... Oh, Massive Boulder kind of sucks. Regardless, we're playing these two cards on the Mindthief. Should we? Yeah, we should probably short rest on the Diviner. The Cragheart's taking way too much damage. We need to help. Yeah, sure, we can lose that at this point. That's fine. Oh, we don't have the stun anymore either, huh? I guess just shielding the Cragheart is probably fine. Should keep him alive, plus that plus his healing potion. And then we can just do throwing out 2 curses. Curses are kind of not so useful at this point, but we're not going to create dark. I guess we actually have our minor mana potion, so we could create dark, but probably not this rest cycle, probably next rest cycle anyway. So then the following turn we just like do some disarm or something. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I mean, I think Rumbling Advance plus Massive Boulder is correct, and then try to do Heaving Swing the next turn. Ooh. Well, that's painful. Mindthief's up first. I guess everyone gets the shield, so it's kind of okay. So we're going to begin by using the top of Feedback Loop as a default attack 4. We have Strengthen, so with advantage. Alright, so 4 is 5, which does 2 damage. Bring it down to 2. And then we're going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge, gaining 1 experience and creating ice. So this will be neither advantage nor disadvantage. Alright, no damage, but stunned. Okay, so then it's the Diviner's turn. So we're going to use the bottom of Anticipate Intricacies, creating Dark, doing Curse, range 3, target 2. So we'll curse these 2, so it adds 2 curses into the monster's deck. Kind of a why not. And then we use the top of Protective Aura, which gives us 1 experience and creates light, shield, affect all allies within range 2. And then it's the Cragheart's turn, so we're going to use the bottom of Rumbling Advance to a move 2, going to here. I guess no, we're supposed to attack first. We don't actually have range to hit this. Maybe we're... Are we supposed to actually... Were we supposed to attack with Massive Boulder even? Because this one we get a guaranteed kill on with Rumbling Advance, so it just makes sense to go do that. We don't really need to do the 1 damage here. I guess if we get a +1 here, then we do 1 damage here, which is not bad. It doesn't help so much. I guess it's just free anyway. Or we just do a default attack 2 on the adjacent one to not waste a Massive Boulder. I mean, a backup ammo charge. We also do maybe get damage here, like 1, but still, maybe more. We could always crit and stuff. Yeah, I think it's worth to attack first. All right, so let's do 3 and then 4. So we use another backup ammo charge, which gives us 1 more experience. We attack with Massive Boulder, creating Earth. Look at all those elements. So make attack 3, range 3, with advantage, doing 3 and then 4. All right, so we kill that one. And now we want to see a big flip for this one. No, still 1 damage though. 1 damage to each of them. I think it's probably worth it. And it's technically 1 damage to all 3, although I'm not sure how much the 1 damage there matters. All right, so this one dies. And so then we have the bottom of Rumbling Advance. We could use our boots here. Probably long rest soon. I don't know how useful they're going to be. And honestly, it's nicer for us to be here. So sure. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, because then... No, it's always hitting all of us anyway. It doesn't change anything. Yeah, let's go there. So we do 1 direct damage to this. And use our boots. Sure. And I think we're going to use our healing potion while we're at it. Back up to 7. All right, Living Spirit goes. So range 4, attack 3, moves here, attacks first the Cragheart. So from here it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So first the Cragheart, then the Mindthief, then the Diviner. These are all attack 2s. So Cragheart first, so no damage because we got 2 shield. Then the Mindthief, no damage. Then the Diviner. +1 on the Diviner is the worst. So 2, 3 damage. Should be okay though. All right, that's the end of the round. So we do need to bring the Mind's Weakness back, but we really don't want to. I think we actually don't. I think losing a turn here. At the same time, the Cragheart can just kill this one.
Can we easily kill that one? No, we can't. So it has to be this one. Yeah, I think we do actually short rest and don't bring back the Mind's Weakness. We really want... Yeah, we can't lose that, actually. That's the one card we really can't lose. That's unfortunate as well, because that's probably a decent execute in the last room. And it's also a lot of movement here, which is good. But we needed to keep this. Oh, I forgot that we moved that far. You're right. I forgot about that. Good call. So the Cragheart... I actually shouldn't have moved to there, then. I actually should have stayed here. Oh well. Yeah, I forgot that it's only range 2. I'm just used to a different ability. That's a good catch. So I shouldn't have used my boots and I shouldn't have gone here. Oh well, too late. I guess getting punished for my own mistake. So in the end, I take 2 more damage on the Cragheart than what I flipped. That's unfortunate. Alright, so the Cragheart kills this one guaranteed by moving to there. Yeah, this was just dumb. Yeah, this was just dumb. We didn't accomplish anything by doing this and we took 2 free damage. Mindthief does have boots. So we can gain advantage ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So empathetic assault for sure. With frigid apparition. And the diviner. It doesn't really matter here. But I guess we'll just... I mean, I guess we'd rather keep this card. Don't know how useful this is going to be. We're in a long rest anyway, and we're probably just going to get rid of... Actually, don't know what, but... This just can give us 2 experience, theoretically, as well. Not really, though, because we won't be able to attack this one. This will be dead. So it actually doesn't change much. There shouldn't actually really be any enemies left, but yeah, better to play this. No, because there's a chance that we don't kill. No, but it's going to be stunned anyway. Yeah, I doubt it's going to go. All right, let's go. Yep. So we go first on the Mindthief. Move 2 plus boots. Gives us 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. We heal ourselves for 2. So, and we strengthen ourselves. And then we're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, consume ice, gain 1 experience, and we do an attack 5 with advantage and stun on the Living Spirit. All right, so 6. Oh, so that actually kills it. Beautiful, because it's 3 shield. All right, that's what we needed. Then the Cragheart goes. We're going to use Heaving Swing, so we make an attack. No, so we have to use first Unstable Upheaval, moving to this coin, grabbing it. Then we use Heaving Swing as an attack 3, push 1, pushing into the obstacle. We will use the push in case the attack doesn't get a +1. That gets a +1, which is a little bit unfortunate because this actually means that, well, it's okay because I guess the coin stack now. The downside there is we didn't gain 1 experience, but I guess we get a nice coin stack. All right, and the Diviner goes. I think it's, yeah, I mean, it definitely is. So I'm going to do a default move 2 with one of these things. Doesn't really matter which. I mean, I could teleport and go further, but, I mean, 2 coins, so. Okay, and they're eliminated. This room costs us a lot of longevity, no doubt about it. So we long rest here, we long rest here. And us, what we do doesn't really matter so much. We have no endurance potions left, so no way to gain additional longevity. I guess which card do we want to lose? I guess we... yeah, the push doesn't matter so much. I guess I'd rather keep Perverse Edge probably in the last room. Alright, so here we go. So long rest here, refreshes this. Oh, sorry, hold on. Let's first do our turn. I think I can just move to here because we're going to do a setup turn anyway. Are we actually going to? I think the Diviner is going to manipulate our decks, but it's actually probably not a setup turn. So yeah, we should probably leave that coin. I really don't want to lose. So let's actually just move towards there and do nothing else. I'm not going to set up another augment because I am going to keep Mind's Weakness up. All right, and then they both long rest, so we get heal 2 here, heal 2 here. Once again, should refresh our items. During our turn, while long resting, we're going to use our mana potion and create dark. That way we can anticipate intricacies right away. All right, then we have to choose cards to lose. So we've got 4 turns left on the Diviner. Did you end up watching the Gloomhaven gameplay earlier? I did not, but I heard good things. Okay, so what are we losing? We want to keep this. Yeah, I guess I don't care so much about this anymore. There are no more traps to place. No, just a chest. I still think the Disarm combo is better than the shield, probably. And I definitely want to anticipate intricacies this turn to set up nice attacks. So Mindthief does a short rest. Mindthief, well, no, has a little bit more time than that if we bring that back. Nope, jeez, every time. I can't lose this because, oh god, that's a dagger. Those are the two cards that I cared most about by far. My attack 5 is like my best way of actually dealing damage to something that has 4 shield. And the Strengthen obviously is really good because, Strengthen. But I guess if we stack the deck, I actually need to stack the Cragheart deck though, I think, because the Cragheart's going to use Piercing Bow. So I actually don't need to do this the turn I move in. So if I go, so it's 1379. So if I go at 1387, but I need to move more than that. But I don't have a giant move anymore. I have Boots of Striding, and I guess the Boots of Striding won't be useful after this anyway, so that works. All right, so that, and then the Mindthief needs to go after them. We don't have ice. Probably this move. Don't know what's on top of our deck. It's probably still this attack, just because it's our biggest attack, and then next turn we make like this attack plus this, and then we'll have ice the following time for Frigid Apparition. I actually don't mind going in early. We've got plenty of health. We've actually got more health than the Cragheart at this point, and we've still got our healing potion and an invis, so maybe we can kill something before it goes. Definitely worth doing. All right, so the Diviner's up first. We're going to begin by using Anticipate Intricacies. We're going to consume Dark, gain 1 experience, and look at the top 4 cards of the Cragheart's deck. Beautiful. Well, in the end, we didn't need to do that here, but still, good to know. Good to know. And we're going to put them like this, I think. And on the off chance that we can only hit one target, making sure we get that crit with our Piercing Bow on the Elite Living Spirit. I mean, I think there's an Elite Living Spirit in here. I'm not 100%. Is definitely worth it. And then we use Protective Aura as a default move 2, and we'll go 1, 2 to here. Oops, riding on our cloud. This allows us to potentially go grab this coin, otherwise just to be closer to help in this room. All right, Cragheart's up next. So he's the bottom unstable upheaval as a default move 2, plus Boots of Striding, so for 4 total. 1, 2, 3. We've got 1 movement left. We'll still have range to hit anything in the room with 1 more movement. All right, last room. Here goes. Well, we know the chest is in here. All the coins. All the coins. And we lost our loot action. Brutal. No, we never would have been able to keep it this long. All right, so there's 1 elite, 1 regular living spirit. Oh. Oh no. We don't actually have. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, this is annoying. This is actually really annoying. I mean, I guess it's fine. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, it should be okay. So we have 1 more movement. Let's see what they're up to. Okay, so doing this nonsense. So the thing is that we can easily kill both of them. That's not the issue. So I think we'll just move to here because we have to get the chest. I mean, whatever. Collecting all the coins, not the end of the world, one way or the other. But no, actually, I guess not. Oh yeah, no, this actually does work because then I don't kill all of them. All right, because this way I can kill the elite and not kill the regular by having disadvantage on the irregular. I guess I flip a +1 with the disadvantage, then I do still kill the regular. And then I would not get the chest because I don't have the boots. It's not worth the risk, I think. I think I just don't get to attack the regular here. I guess that's okay. So in that case, I suppose I mean, it doesn't really matter. No, I suppose I just move here. Closer to a coin, maybe. All right, and so then I'm going to use Massive Boulder. Creating Earth. Attack 3, range 3. I'm going to use the Piercing Bow. I guess I could just not use the Piercing Bow as well, but I think it makes sense to do this. So I gain 1 experience, get the last charge of backup ammo, which adds target to my attack. I'm still only going, so I have 2 targets on the attack, but I'm only going to attack 1 target, the Elite Living Spirit, with my Massive Boulder. So this is an attack 3. I flip the crit, which turns my 3 into a 6. I ignore all shield, so I just one-shot this. All right, and that's that. So then Living Spirit goes, attacks the Cragheart, and it's still just 2 damage because we have a helm. How much damage has the helm saved us? How many lost cards? God, Iron Helms are just way too cost effective. All right, So then the Mindthief goes. We've got a move 4 jump with feedback loop. We don't have this anymore. Well, I definitely don't want to hit this because there's a chance I kill it, and that would be a disaster. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Grabbing this coin. Do I want to default attack it? For 4, if I crit, it's an 8. No, it still kills. I could dismiss the Mind's weakness right now, and then I could attack with Frigid Apparition, which is a 3, so a crit is a 6. That doesn't kill. Yeah, all right, that's actually worth doing. Might be hard to kill without Mind's weakness up, though, afterwards. No, we can kind of just like rumbling advance it down slowly. Yep. So I'm actually going to just dismiss the Mind's weakness after my move, and then I'm going to attack with Frigid Apparition, performing an attack 3, targeting the Living Spirit. 4, so 1 damage, puts it down to 3. Oh, it actually took 1 damage from Massive Boulder as well. Oh god, we could have killed it. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whew. Oh, that was stupid. That was not the brightest thing I've ever done. All right, that's the end of the round. So we're going to grab some stuff here. I actually really want the chest for the Diviner, but I guess it's fine on the Cragheart as well. So we've got to make it to the chest, which we can do with Crater, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to do this for some healing here. Also, we're going to go pick up the other coin in the other room. All right, this works. So we're up first on the Mindthief. I'm just going to keep picking up coins. I could stun it, but I don't think this is necessary. I'm definitely not attacking it because at this point, actually, does a crit kill? Does a crit kill? Hold on. So it's got 3 shield. No, crit doesn't kill since we don't have Mind's weakness up. All right, so I'll actually use the top of Fearsome Blade, gain 1 experience. So this makes an attack 2 against Living Spirit. All right, sure. And then I'm going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge as a default move 2. I guess just go grab this coin. All right, and the Diviner's up. We're just going to default move. I guess we can gain experience with this. Yeah, sure, why not? In that case, I'm actually going to move... No, it doesn't change anything, whatever. Let's see. So I'd lose 1 turn, but I gain... Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, worst case scenario, it's completely even, but because so I have 2 cards in my discard here, so normally I'm going to have 2 more turns, but by doing this, I'll only have 1 more turn instead. But at best, each turn gives me 1 experience. So, yeah, it's perfectly fine. All right, so let's do this. It also actually does something. I said I would never play it, and I played it. So we do a heal 4, affect 1 ally within range 3. So we heal the Cragheart for 4, because the Cragheart's within range 3, which gives us 2 experience. Crag for 4. And then we use the bottom of Void Snare as default move 2, going to here. All right, and then the Cragheart goes. Cragheart's going to create Earth and heal itself for 4, and use the bottom of Crater, gain 1 experience as a loss. I guess we'll actually gain 2 experience by consuming the Earth that was previously there. Now you move to here, grabbing this chest. All right, there we go. So we're safe now. What is in the chest? I believe I know what it is. 54. I believe this is the compass. It is the compass. Would have preferred this on the Diviner, like I said, but I'll take it on the Cragheart. I guess theoretically having it on the Cragheart can set up for the Diviner as well, so it's not bad. All right, so we're going to gain item 124. So fair warnings, we are going to spoil item 124, which was the reward for this scenario. Which is the Doomed Compass, one of the best items in the game. We won't get to use it right now, but everyone can have a look. During your turn, so it's a 50 gold small item. During your turn, force an enemy within range 5 to perform a move 2 action with you controlling the action. Which is nice. Which is very nice. All right, and so then the Living Spirit is going to move 1 away and attack the Mindthief. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go this way. OP items are OP. I'm not sure I would call it OP. It's very powerful. It's also expensive. I mean, it's very good, but there are much more OP items than that. Ooh, okay. So 5? Yeah. Down to 3. And that's the end of the round. So we shall short rest, because we're just going to keep picking up coins. Sure, that's fine. So at any point, an attack 3 kills it, right? Because it has, yeah, 3 life and 2 health. Like, I think I'm still just gonna keep grabbing coins though. I think it would be a bit insane not to. I mean, I'm playing on really high difficulties, so I think I prefer to try to do the correct thing when possible. We need to. Oh crap! We actually forgot to use our items enough times. So we. Oh my god! We actually. I mean, whatever. I'm just. On my last turn, I'm just going to say that I use my boots of speed. This is so silly. I'm just not paying enough attention. So by going, like, it didn't matter at all. I knew I wasn't doing anything for the rest of the scenario. It's just I can't at this point. No, technically no, I can't, yeah. Because I played the loss. I wasn't paying attention. This doesn't really matter. Like, it never was actually going to matter here, having used the boots of speed. So anyway, so in this case, I'm just going to long rest, which recovers the boots of speed for me so that I can use them again on one more turn, along with the cloak to get to 5 items. Because, I mean, this is so silly. There's a million times I should have used this before long resting. I've just been forgetting every single time, but I'm going to give myself this leeway because I really do want to get to her perk deck. And again, this isn't actually significant. All right, so what are we up to? We gain 1 experience for this, and we go and grab a coin with a card, which doesn't really matter. All right, here goes. We're all getting hit. So we're up first here. We do the bottom of brute force as a move 2. Grab this coin. Strengthen ourselves, but I'm not going to bother. Just gained 1 experience. And then it is the Mindthief's turn. We are going to activate Feedback Loop, which gives us 1 experience, and we're going to use the bottom of this to just do a default move 2 to here. Okay. And we're going to use our healing potion. And I guess we'll go invis while we're at it, to just not take extra attacks that we don't need to, since this is attacking everything anyway. All right. So I don't think it can possibly. I can actually. It has range 4, right? Yep. All right. I can hit Cragheart and Diviner by going there. Yep. So Cragheart first, and then Diviner. So it was a -1 to begin with, and -1 more, so Diviner takes just 1. Diviner gets long rest, refreshes this, heals for 2, chooses a card to lose. So we're going to keep the card that gives us 1 experience on top, theoretically 1 on bottom, but not really. All right, we're going to play these 2 cards. I'm just declaring it now, using our Boots of Speed this round, regardless. All right. We're just going to short rest here. We could long rest, but it's just silly. I'm just trying to do this quickly, since it is past 10. Oh, Creator is lost, actually. The rest we have. This gives us 1 experience on bottom. We need to make sure we keep this to attack it. I guess that'll be next turn. This can also actually kill it. Any of these things kill, in fact. So sure, something like this. Mindthief, I guess, going late so we don't get hit in case they reflip the same thing. All right, here goes. All right, so we used our Boots of Speed to change our initiative. It's a 4th item use. We'll go at 3 instead. We gain 1 experience and create light doing this. And we're going to go invisible, which is our 5th item use. Okay. And we've got the bottom of Void Snare as a default move 2, going to here because why not? Okay. Then the Cragheart goes. We're going to use this, gaining 1 experience, moving to here. Living Spirit goes, is going to create ice, move to here, and put a curse. Oh no, we don't actually have the guarantee. Well, we do. We have Rumbling Advance. Yeah. Because now our deck actually gets shuffled because it adds a curse into our deck. Well played. Well played. All right, and then the Mindthief goes. We're going to activate the Mind's Weakness, which gives us 1 experience, and we're going to use the bottom of Frigid Apparition to move to here. Can we play it as a loss to gain 1 XP? Got 2 cards in our discard, so if we lose this, we put this back. Yeah, that works. All right, yeah, we'll play this as a loss to gain 1 XP. And then end of the round, we bring back our Augment, Short Rest. No, actually we'll re-roll because I can gain 1 experience from either Augment, but this gives me 2 experience on the bottom. Alright, goodbye Mind's Weakness. It was fun while it lasted. So you can long rest, but that doesn't really matter. I'm just going to eliminate you because why not? And you go as early as possible, and Rumbling Advance gets us the kill. All right, we did it. I mean, well, we milked it a bit here, but we were down to the end of our longevity. We did get to have it all, though. So we're going to use the bottom. Oh, this means we don't get to use the top Rumbling Advance. Yeah, we don't have Earth. Didn't create Earth last turn. Oh, well, we missed out on 1 experience. Oh, no, it's next to us. Yep. All right, we'll use Rumbling Advance first to attack it. Attack 3 target all adjacent enemies. Oh. Our deck was supposed to be reshuffled. The +2 is never supposed to be on top. I'm an idiot. I'm just not used to it, the not auto reshuffle. Yeah, that was dumb. It was just because I thought I would get both the attacks at the same turn. I haven't actually attacked since then, so it didn't matter. But I was kind of counting on a sense of security, which I didn't actually have. So I gained my 1 experience. My attack does nothing. This is lost. And then we use Rumbling Advance. We move to here, get at this coin, and we do 1 direct. Oh my god, this is actually it. What? It's a 2. Oh god. All right. I mean, I've still got. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. That was I thought it was at 1 life, so this was a guaranteed kill. It's actually not. Oops, we're yeah, a little bit late. All right. So then the Mindthief goes. So we're going to play the bottom of Fearsome Blade as a move 4. We gain 2 experience. We go here, make an attack 2. Ah, that does kill it. Now we miss out on the coin in the end, but so be it. And then we're going to activate Feedback Loop and gain 1 more experience. Okay, that worked. Sadly, we don't get the coin, but so be it. Whew, we did it. That was a bit of a marathon there. At the end, we made some derpy decisions, but ended up okay. All right, our reward is 10 experience each. Yeah. I mean, we were still able to milk a scenario while playing on +3. I didn't actually hit it for 2 splash, though. I only hit it for 1 splash. Because I used Massive Boulder on the Elite Spirit, which did 1 splash to the regular, and I didn't actually attack the regular, because if I had attacked the regular, then it would have died. And there was only 1 other enemy in the room, so it was only 1 splash damage. And then you're right, then the Mindthief did 1 damage to it, which put it down to 2. And so then it should have actually, I mean, it was correct what it was at, I think. But thank you for trying to give me an extra coin. I would have appreciated it. All right, so we get a check mark. We get 25 experience plus, we're at 5 here, so really 4 because solo. So 25 plus 12 is 37 experience. So 30 and 7 does lead to us leveling up. So we get a lot of fun stuff. Oh yeah, this one actually doesn't work like that. I can just do this. Nice. Okay, it being a 2 is right. Yeah. Like I said, this only costs us a coin. It's not the end of the world. And then these coins are actually worth 4. So for gold, we gain 16. Nice. Okay. No, the curse. So there's just 1 curse in our deck. There's a bunch in their deck. I'll worry about that another time, though. Just grab the 1 out of ours. Oops. And that goes there. And we gain our check mark. Check mark here as well. Check mark here as well. So 1 there, and 1 there. All right, Cragheart 26 plus 12 again. Yep, so 38. So we'll actually get 2 perks on the Cragheart. And for gold, oh, we finally get Rock Slide. Oh, it's glorious. I can't wait to play this party again. So we have 28 gold. Which is actually all that we have now. Okay, and over here we have 24 gold. Let's check this off. And 31, so 40, no, oh yeah, 43 experience. Yeah, because we just had so much because we added the 10 from the thing. Yeah, it is actually 43 experience. Jeez. So yeah, that puts us to 220. So actually everyone levels up here. Jeez. We are zooming. Oh my god, it's actually kind of bad, but whatever. This is going to be really spicy then. So next time we play, because the Mindthief actually went up to level 5, this is actually kind of bad for us. We're going to be, instead of being 444, which would have been great, because then we would have been at the other end. I mean, I guess whatever. We had a pretty easy time here, so I guess it is time that we increase the difficulty. We're actually going to be at 445, which is going to increase, means we're going to be against level 6 enemies, not level 5 enemies. Oh, woof. Should be tough. Being this early in a campaign and being against level 6 enemies already is quite something. All right. Let's do our post scenario goodies. So everyone gets to level up. Everyone gets at least 1 perk then. Cragheart gets 2. Okay, so Mindthief's level 5. We have this, or we have this. Let's do this one first, I guess. So Frozen Mind, pretty interesting augment, actually. In the sense that it is actually a powerful effect to rival the Mind's weakness. Ultimately, it really just requires enhancements, I think, in order to make a build around this. You need to just have a little bit more ice generation. Even though you have a fair amount of ice generation, you just need even more, I think, so that you can basically be doing this pretty much every turn in order to justify not having the Mind's weakness. Because obviously, like, you're losing about half your damage or half your melee damage, which is still, certainly by level 5, a significant portion of your damage. So I think this is interesting for future builds, but not really for the current one. And then forcing an enemy to within range 5 to perform move 2 with you controlling the action is obviously a very good bottom. The problem is it's still situational, so you don't, like, the top being an augment, which is either something you have up or something that's doing nothing, and the bottom being situational is just not a very good pairing. Yeah, the top of Mass Hysteria is just actually not a bad card in general. So the top of Mass Hysteria is attack 1, range 4, target 4, muddle, create ice, gain 1 experience. Ice is still welcome. It does a fair amount of damage, it does some muddles, it's very easy to attack with. In general, it's just a nice attack. In 3 players, it's worse than 4 players. In 4 players, it's a very nice attack. In 3 players, it's fine, but not exciting. By the time you get to higher levels, you end up cutting this card. On the other hand, the bottom loss seems like it is missing experience, which is a little bit strange. Typically, losses almost always have experience. But anyway, the bottom loss isn't something you can play on basically any scenario because it's just way too much longevity loss. But on boss scenarios, it is actually very good. And with our level 3 augment, which is, again, not a very good augment, but the freedom to also, like, every turn be able to not only have +2 attack but also be doing heal 2 range 2s is nice on boss scenarios. Like, it's kind of a why not, you know, because you have the longevity doesn't matter. It's more of a sprint than a marathon. So in those scenarios, you can play the bottom Mass Hysteria, and it is actually good. It needs 3 cards to be good. Yeah, exactly. And admittedly, the other ones you can bring back sometimes, but you're typically not. Like I said, yes, it requires you having 3 cards in your active area. But so if you think about it like this, so let's imagine we play Mass Hysteria plus Augment, and then we play like Move plus Augment, okay? So we do this all in our first rest cycle. And so our first rest cycle, we have 5 turns. Then after that, because we have 3 active cards, with 1 loss, but whatever, we won't bring back either of the other cards. We lose 1 card for a rest cycle as well. So immediately on our next rest cycle, we're down to 6 cards from 10. But that's still, so we had 5 plus now 6 cards. This is 3. Assuming we don't even use endurance potions or anything like this. So 3 and then 2, 2, 1, 1. So that still gives us 8, 14. Yeah, 8, 14. Because 8 plus 4, 12 plus 2, 14. That still gives us 14 turns, and then obviously we can like get 2 more with endurance potions, or 1, so 14, 15. And if we were to ever bring back augments, whatever. But the point is, so you can't really do this in a regular scenario, but a boss fight doesn't typically last 14 or 15 turns, or even like really 12 turns. Sorry, I just got a message, so just a little bit distracted by that. So ultimately, on boss fights or really short scenarios, you can absolutely use this. Outside of that, you really, really shouldn't. Regardless, neither of these cards are extremely exciting, but Mass Hysteria is the better card, and therefore a relatively easy choice. And meanwhile, we get to take another perk. Even though these are good, replacing +1s with +2s is just so good, especially with the Diviner messing with our deck. It's so easy to stack +2s now, which is amazing. And let's grab these. Hello, +2s. And then after this, we'll work on starting to get our +2 ices. Because we have enhanced empathetic assault, we don't really want rolling modifiers that much. Although obviously the stun, the disarm, and the +1s will certainly be worth taking at some point. All right, that's the Mindthief stuff. We'll do the Diviner last. Let me just quickly go refill my water. Just gonna take 1 second because I'm gonna have to talk still for a little bit here. Be right back. Just open my door. Well, you're getting locked in now, so that's on you. Okay. All right, back. So, Cragheart. Level 4 choice, one of the easiest choices in the game. Not that Kinetic Assault isn't a good card. Kinetic Assault actually is a perfectly fine card. Bottom Loss is pretty questionable, basically just good against at low difficulty level against like Flame Demons or Living Spirit, Elite Flame Demons or Living Spirit, stuff like this, where it's worth having this loss for this. Most of the time you're not going to use it, but 19 initiative, attack 4 with a little bit of move on top, it's perfectly fine. Good top initiative is also really nice. This class lacks those. So Kinetic Assault really is a fine card. That being said, Rock Slide is the second best level 4 card in the game. Probably the best Cragheart card until level 9. An amazing card and a defining card for the Cragheart. So create 3 single hex obstacles and empty hexes within range 4. All allies and enemies adjacent to 1 or more created obstacles suffer 2 damage. Creates earth and gives 1 experience. The bottom is whatever. We're basically never using the bottom. This is amazing because it does effective damage. It's great against shielded enemies, great against ranged enemies who clump up together. And yeah, straight damage is good. And on top of that, it allows us to transform the battlefield, which allows it to make it makes it so much easier for us to fight enemies on our terms. Like you've seen in this scenario and the last scenario how we frequently use like choke points in order to limit the amount of enemies that can attack us. Now we don't just have to rely on doors to be choke points. Every map can be a choke point. It's insane. It's so good. It's crazy good card. Feels very good to use. Great identity for the Cragheart. Like interesting design, powerful card, just great card to have. And super happy to get it. All right. We'll just put like the extra level up cards over here because we'll do this stuff the next time. All right, so we've got 2 perks on the Cragheart. Well, remove 4+0s and ignore negative scenario effects. Pretty easy choices here. Those are our best remaining perks. Getting the +2 muddles is nice, but yeah, I mean we've got a lot of zeros in our deck. It's good to get rid of them, and now that we're trimming our deck down, it's definitely good to loot. I mean, to not be able to take negative scenario effects. And at this point, no one in our party can take negative scenario effects, so that's nice. So we're pretty insulated against that now, which is just important when you play with a small deck. Okay. So those were our 2 perks and our level up for the Cragheart. So now the most interesting one, which is the one that I've never done before. The Diviner. All right, let's first do the Diviner's perk, I guess. So what do we have left that's really interesting? No, I mean, well, yeah, it's not the interesting, spicy stuff yet, I guess. We just got to get rid of that -2 at this point, to be perfectly honest. At that point, we have no negative modifiers in our deck, which is just, it gives us much nicer predictability and nice power level. So, yeah. Rock Slide should have a stun on the bottom move. Tons of rock crushing into you should have an impact. Yeah, maybe. That would actually maybe provide some competition with the top. It's an interesting idea, certainly. Anyway, so while we kind of want to start looking at, being able to do our rolling curse modifiers or replacing some zeros with some really awesome modifiers, like +2 curse, just great stuff like this. Regardless, we just got to get rid of this -2 first. So the last of our unexciting modifiers. Soon enough, we'll get to do the fun stuff. All right, see you -2. All right, so now our level 4 card choice. This will be interesting because I have not looked at these cards at all before. All right. So, Preordain the path. You and all allies within range 3 perform move 2. Well, that's not very good. I mean, alright, that's not fair. So typically when we're taking cards, we're looking for cards that make combat easier. Most scenarios, most of the time, revolve around combat. So now that this, I'm not saying that the card's bad, because obviously we're going to assume that the other half does something. We'll get to that in a second. But basically, this is very good outside of combat. When especially in large scenarios where the goal is to exit the scenario or to reach an objective or something like that, this is very good, and it's just good when moving from room to room. Like, it is a nice effect outside of combat. It is pretty bad inside of combat. While you certainly can reposition people in combat, typically, especially with level 4 card, your top action should be doing something better than just repositioning one of your allies a little bit. So this isn't very good in combat, and therefore isn't really an action that draws us to the card. All right, reveal the top card of any non-boss monster ability card deck. All right, so this just lets us know what they're going to do. That's interesting. We haven't messed with this much yet. I don't know how good this effect is actually going to be. It makes it okay-ish, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine in terms of an effect. It's not really very appealing. It seems like a less powerful effect than a lot of the other things we can already do, at least in terms of how it affects combat. All right. Otherwise, if we consume either of our elements, which we can easily do, reveal the top 2 cards instead, then place up to 1 on the bottom and the rest on the top. So that's interesting. I'm not. I mean, like, it's interesting because we've pretty frequently create elements, and this is a bottom element consumer, which is pretty flexible. So this is kind of interesting. It's interesting to me as well because I'm not sure how much we care about messing with the monster deck. Like, messing with modifier decks has turned out being excellent. It seems like messing with the monster deck is going to be less good. Like, obviously this is good against summoners specifically. So, like, against any enemy that summons, this is a very good card to have. Outside of scenarios with summoners, it seems much more medium. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I'm basically counting on the fact that we have to have an element for this really to be a worthwhile effect. Anyway, I don't know. This card overall seems fine. It's like a flexible and decent top, which is a bit, I mean, mostly better out of combat. The bottom is kind of also better out of combat, but can be okay in combat or like before combat. It's kind of weird. Anyway, this card, I mean, like, it's not bad. I think we would certainly use this card. I like how Preordain the Path is literally a Preordain. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Cleansing Rite. Heal 2. Affect 1 ally within range 3. Remove all curse cards from the attack modifier deck of the healed figure, then shuffle the discard pile back into their deck. With permadeath rules, when you exhaust, you stay on the map. With the bottom Cleansing Rite, you can come back from exhaustion. Wait, oh, can you? Or does it affect only active allies? It only affects active allies. Once you're exhausted, you don't recover things anymore. You're not on the board anymore. So you don't get to recover cards. Preordain would be L10 card. Anyway, and then all allies may recover a collective total of up to 9 of their discarded cards. So this is interesting because it allows people to replay their more powerful effects. Obviously, as we've learned with stamina potions, recovering discarded cards is good. But we're also the character in the party with the least longevity, and while obviously this certainly can be a net positive longevity pretty easily for the party, it's only for people in the party who need it less. So this actually ends up being pretty costly, I think, for us to try to do this. And the top is... I see. So, unfortunately, Tony B, I'm not very familiar with the permadeath rules, but to the best of my knowledge, with permadeath, do you stay on the board with 99 initiative when you're exhausted? Is that how it works? I don't know anything about permadeath, honestly. I've never played it, so I'm really not the person to ask. I'm sorry. It is a recover effect, which doesn't need adjacency, but again, it's a lost card on a 9-card class. I mean, look, the diviner almost exhausted in this scenario even before we got to the milking it part, right? And this scenario was pretty easy for us. So as you can imagine, in any scenario which is pretty difficult for us, the diviner's longevity is a big issue because of having only 9 cards. it just you can't play losses on 9-card classes. Like the Scoundrel teaches this lesson, I think, pretty early on. I mean, you can sometimes, but this isn't good enough to justify a loss. Like outside of short scenarios. In short scenarios, it can be very good. The biggest issue with this card is, I mean, so in the end, I think it's a pretty like it's interesting because I think level 2 is a pretty easy choice for me, even though other people. No. We're gonna take Preordaining the Path. Well. Oh, that's a good point. Actually, yeah. You're right, Doomdrake. All right, thank you for that. So this is actually so. I think that the choice here isn't very close. I think Preordaining the Path is a significantly better card than Cleansing Rite. Cleansing Rite is. I just wish it were. So this effect here is really powerful, but only on some scenarios, right? Like, yes, obviously, if you're playing against like Forest Imps, you would honestly kill your mother to have this effect. But when you're not playing against Forest Imps, there are few enemies in the game that actually stack that many curses into your deck, right? So, I mean, it's just kind of like some scenarios this will be really good. Most scenarios this will be pretty underwhelming. And while this bottom is powerful, and again, certainly in some scenarios can be good, it's basically like two very situational effects, which both can be powerful in very narrow situations, but aren't generically very useful combined on a card together. So most of the time, this is like a move 2 with 62 initiative or a heal 2 with 62 initiative, and that is just not appealing for a level 4 card. This is much more appealing because both these effects are actually like I would say appropriately powerful compared to these, which well, yeah. So this is never the card we're taking. Agreed. So this actually brings us to our real question now, which is whether we take the other level 3 card, which I wish that I had all along, which is the bottom, the Ghost Falcons. Again, we're not playing losses on a 9-card class, especially like I said, next time we play, we're against level 6 enemies. These summons against level 6 enemies are not doing anything. They're just dying and losing us a card. So it does appear they stay on the map when you exhaust in permadeath, but regardless, thanks for your input. I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't know. So if they do stay on the map in permadeath, do they get cards? I don't know if you can get cards back then. I really have no idea. That's an interesting question. I mean, there are already cards in the game that recover stuff, so you would have to look into. I mean, I'm sure this question's been answered somewhere. Permadeath it just isn't something that I think that many people are familiar with, but I'm sure somewhere there is the answer to that question. Anyway, so the summon does nothing here, but this top. Reveal the top 4 cards of any attack modifier deck, then place them back in any order, and with either element, reveal the top 4 cards of a second attack modifier deck, then place them back in any order. So to me, this just seems, but this is like actually 2 actions. Like of the 2 cards, of the 4 actions, sorry. This is by far, I think, the best action by a significant margin, I should say. This is the worst action, and then these 2 are kind of in the middle, with this one also being quite powerful and this one not being bad. Huh. They're both nice initiatives for us. I mean, we would like an early initiative, but it's also good to get another late initiative. This does, like, the nice thing about this is it lets us easily cut this just like straight up, right? We don't miss having this at all because we have this. Ultimately, I need to take a little bit of a look ahead to see if we're gonna, I mean, just a quick skim, if there's gonna be more stuff that messes with decks. Moss. No, not for a while at least. All right. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Which one of these cards is the better choice? I think this is I think you could easily go either way. Especially as our allies modifier deck as our ally modifier decks allies modifier decks. There we go. Sorry, I was choking on one at the same time. As our allies modifier decks improve, this sort of effect becomes better and better actually. And both of our allies can easily strengthen themselves. So not putting cards on the bottom isn't necessarily that bad anymore since we can easily go through the bad modifiers. So Grand Duke says Preordain. Doomdrake says I think Preordain is a bottom used for more than move 2. Yeah. I don't like either card to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of stacking the decks in general. Well, I am Galdrian, so sorry. I like Envision. Both cards are not great. I don't think both cards are not great. I think both cards are fine. I think everyone's being harsh to these cards. I don't think anyone understands how powerful this effect is. So but this like Doomdrake said, this does like it exactly. It is a bottom that we use. I mean, it is 2 halves that we can use. And All right. All right. So I think in the end, there are two big arguments for why we're going to do preordain. One is ultimately, like I said, the purpose of this playthrough, or one of the big purposes of this playthrough, is to write a guide at some point. And I don't think I can write a guide if I haven't tried this card. I think it's important. Like, I know how good this card is going to be. Like, I know this card is good. This is maybe the better card for my party. I'm not sure, but I really know that this is very powerful. I don't know how good this sort of effect is going to be. I mean, either of these effects are going to be on a consistent basis because, I mean, this is an effect that we usually take a lot, and this is an effect that we've never played with before. So I think seeing how good this is going to be on a consistent basis, like, because again, it's not just where when we're against summoners, we can put it on bottom, but um, it also like it we can see how useful it is being able to play around, like knowing a monster's initiative, knowing what exactly what they're doing, etc. Just like it's been useful to play around with knowing the modifier deck outcomes. So I think this is the sort of effect I want to experiment with. The second point is it's true that preordain the path top um, is sorry, I was reading Granduk's thing, I got distracted, is actually a little bit better in combat because of the Mindthief, right? Because the Mindthief has Perverse Edge on bottom, allowing the Mindthief to reposition next to an enemy in combat to then be able to like attack that enemy and to stun another enemy is actually valuable. Not the Cragheart doesn't help very much, but this actually does help some amount with the Mindthief. I feel like I would rather stack an ally deck versus changing an enemy one, but I see how both could be good. With Preordain, you can look at monsters that have not been revealed yet, right? I presume. That's actually a good question. Does someone have the Forgotten Circles or Diviner FAQ that they could quickly check for that? I mean, it doesn't matter right now, but it'd be good to know for the future. Yeah, although this is our most efficient way to modify modifier decks. Anyway, I think we will take Preordain, like I said, because it's the more, I mean, it's a card which provides some I mean, we're going to learn something about it that we don't know yet. Whereas the other card, we already like understand how it works. Grand Duke, I disagree. I think we actually talked about this with Marcel and Themris. Stacking modifier decks actually scales positively as your deck gets better, not negatively. Because even though the deck is thinned, being able to do like, you know, for example, the Mindthief who strengthens herself all the time, being able to do +2/0/+2/0, and then go like +2/+2 on both of your attacks is so much better. When your deck is large, you end up with a lot of chaff. You end up seeing like zeros and ones and -1s and stuff like that. The tighter and better your deck is, the better it is actually to stack a deck. There are two different types of effects, in fact. So there's the effect we have on Envisage, anticipating intricacies. Envision is the card we didn't take. So this sort of effect where we take two, we look at four, we put two on top, two on bottom is actually nicer when you have a worse modifier deck. Whereas the just reveal and rearrange is actually like scales better. Like this one scales a bit worse, this one scales a bit better. And in fact, that one, Envision, is actually this sort of effect for two decks, which scales very, very well, I think. So I actually think, like, again, having played with this stuff, I think that this is really, really powerful. But again, I don't know how good this is, and I'm really interested to find out because I can't really provide feedback on this without having played with it. All right, so thank you very much for everyone's feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. It was really fun. Sorry that we thought we played on +3 and we actually played on +2 in the first scenario, but it worked out, I guess. And I mean, it was definitely fun to do this on +3 and still to cruise through it. So now +3 at 6 difficulty is going to be more challenging next time, which should make things interesting again. I'm not so sure. With a base deck, you can stack your deck to get +2 instead of -2, which is net +4, while now you can only swap between +0 and +2. Except the odds of finding a -2 are much lower. When you look at a smaller number of cards, the odds of being able to find a positive and negative, yeah, that would actually be an interesting thing to run simulations on. I think that's a fair point. Anyway, I guess at the very least, I would say that I don't think that I think it's hard to decisively say that stacking decks gets worse as your deck improves. At the very least, I think it's certainly arguable that it doesn't necessarily get worse, I guess. Although it certainly also depends on the deck. All right. I guess we can do a little bit of shopping here. We have time. So, well, the Cragheart doesn't need to sell any of these because we'll probably take another one, but we'll definitely get rid of our healing potion and grab the Doom Compass. Much rather keep our endurance potion for sure. Over here, we can actually carry another small item now, but this means we need to do a city event first, and we want to do that first next time. So let's actually create a note card again. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it looks like fun, but the question is whether it'll actually be good. We'll see. I'm guessing the best way to do it is to draw 4 cards and take the difference between the 2 best and 2 worst, something like that. I'm not sure. The problem is there's so many things to think. Like, I think it's actually really difficult to simulate because as enemies' health increase, as enemies' damage increase, the value of knowing your outcome also gets better. Like, because you can predictably kill enemies or know like whether an enemy is going to die or not. So there are a lot of things that I'm talking to Cauldron's thing. Like, there are a lot of considerations that make it like more valuable to have more information as level increases, not just with modifier deck increasing. Getting rid of misses is more valuable the more damage you do. That's a fair point as well. You also, with a 12 card deck versus a 20 card deck, you have a much greater chance of finding a miss, which is also significant. I don't know. I mean, I think there are a lot of. I think it's very difficult to decisively, conclusively. Man, I guess I'm getting a little bit tired to prove one way or the other, but it would be certainly interesting to look into. So the question about the preordain effect, while it does look like fun, is whether it will actually be good or not, right? So again, obviously against some enemies it will be good. The biggest issue with this sort of effect is quite simply like a lot of enemies in the game have a lot of actions which are very samey. So like this, yeah, it does something. This you don't even honestly care whether you know or not because it's not doing anything. I mean, I guess again that does provide some value. This also rarely does something. Like this doesn't like they're just I mean, this is actually significant. This is actually significant. So of all the actions, for example, this enemy has, most of them don't really matter that you know. Now this is a frost demon, so it's not a very difficult enemy. Like obviously a living spirit deck is a little bit different, but most decks have a fair number of like +0/+0 or +1 -1 or -1 +1, you know? And seeing these and like putting one back, putting one on bottom doesn't really change much. So it seems like this, although again, we'll see, this has a higher degree of randomness in whether it's effective or not. The question is whether knowing monster initiatives, like how valuable that's going to be. I think that's kind of the variable here, which can determine whether this actually ends up being a very powerful effect. I think messing with their decks is less valuable. I think knowing their initiatives is maybe the more valuable part. And again, seeing if they're going to move like -1 or +1, or seeing when they're not going to attack. But it seems like there's a difficult intersection. Uh, yeah, but the problem is so knowing if an enemy's summoning, well, all right. So summoning, like I said, I know it's good against summoners, but there's few summoners in the game. Knowing if an enemy's standing still, you still don't have that. Like most decks have like one standing still, I would say on average, right? Some have 1 to 2. So your odds of finding that when you look at the 1 or 2 cards isn't that high. Is my biggest issue. Like obviously it can have a very high upside, but I'm afraid that the average case for this sort of effect ends up being pretty mediocre. Actually, I mean, again, we'll see. I certainly can't be wrong, which is why I want to play with it and find out. Like I said, I think the initiatives is probably the most interesting part, but we shall see. Anyway, again, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. I will be back on Monday, continuing to do some nonsense with Eclipse. On Tuesday, we'll be doing custom class testing, and on Thursday, so a week from today, we'll be back to continue this Diviner campaign and to see just how good Preordain the Path is. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. Yeah, that's about it. I will see you all again soon. Take care.